Hey, here we are. We're back. It is the 10th of May in the year of our Lord, 2023, as I watch my co-host stroke his guitar.
Stroking my ass.
Nice. We had the week off. Last week, so apologize for everyone. Just like to remind everybody, we are not sponsored by NordVPN.
Nope.
If you're looking for a VPN, whatever you do not use NordVPN. Use something else that will handle your VPN needs.
I heard a Nigerian prince is looking for a sponsor, though, Lance. Give him a shot.
Send him my way. Send him my way. I would love. I understand the plights of the Nigerian. Sorry,
Nigerian.
Yeah, Norwegian princes. I'd probably fall for that one.
I think the Norwegian princes are pretty good. They got a cruise line and all,
So I have a guilty confession to share here. Like I like Gatorades and drinks like that. Like with like there's Gatorade and then there's Powerade,
yeah.
and the thing is that like somebody was like once said, if you want to make your own Gatorade, like
just sugar and water.
Yeah, well, no,
salt, sugar, and water.
Salt, sugar, and water, and a Kool-Aid mix. So make some Kool-Aid and add salt. You just made Gatorade. That was the whole thing. The electrolytes, baby, the electrolytes.
Salt.
But I'll be danged. Like my son wanted some of this, and I'll be danged if the lemon lime prime isn't one of the most tasty drinks of all time. And they're like, they got almost no calories, like 20 calories. It's super tasty.
But it was sugar and salt.
Yeah, basically. But I mean, that's currently what I'm drinking, and it is a super refreshing drink. And according to this, it is hydration drink.
Well, anything you drink is usually hydration.
Don't mock the Madison Avenue marketing we got going on here.
Sorry.
Shake well before opening
to release the chemicals.
Yeah, to make sure the oxygen and hydrogen atoms are combined to the right amounts or whatever. So anyway,
I'm actually looking forward to that movie coming out. Oppenheimer should be coming out soon.
Well, that's the new
the Pretty Boy movie.
Yeah, no, who's his face? The director.
Oh, was this Ridley Scott or
no? It's the same guy who did like The Dark Knight and
Nolan.
There you go.
Nolan, yeah.
I don't know, man. That last one he did, that one about like weird time travel or I can't.
With Denzel's kid and
yeah. That one was just like it was like trying way too hard to be like we dare. It was like I dare you to enjoy this movie. That was kind of the feeling I had. I really liked the Dunkirk movie he did though.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That was really good. I remember I watched the music in there that has like it just continues to seem like it's escalating, like ramping up, but it never stops ramping up. And I watched like how they do that. I mean, like, and there's some pretty cool videos out there about how that, and it actually has like this effect on your lizard brain to kind of keep you
I remember the first time I I realized that in a movie, and I can't remember what movie it was, but it drove me nuts.
Yeah.
In the theater, at home, it's not as bad, but in the theater with all that, the precaution and all that, it drove me nuts. What fucking movie was it that I seen?
I don't know.
I can't remember.
You're reminding me of an old joke where the pirate goes to the doctor. The doctor says, "What seems to be the problem?" He goes, "I'll show you." Yar. And he pulls down his pants, and instead of what you'd expect to see, you just see a steering wheel there. And he's like, "What's what?" He says, "What the heck is that?" He's like, "Yeah, I don't know, Doc, but it's driving me nuts." But
I heard there's another Beetlejuice coming again. I heard it again.
well, that's been rumored for like 10 years,
Yeah,
man.
I know. I don't. Well, I might. You never know. I don't see how they can't bring back the parents, right? Ghost can't. Well, they could do it the aging, I guess. I can't remember the lady who played her. Yeah, what is it? He's getting up there too, ain't he? Keaton. He's probably in his 70s, right? Close to it.
Yeah, I mean, well, I mean, let's play a little game. Like, let's poke that. I'm gonna guess he's 66. What are you gonna guess?
I'm gonna say 68. I think he's closer to 70.
Oh my gosh, 71 years.
71?
You win.
Wow.
You won. Closest without going over. Wow.
I didn't think he was that. Yeah, I guess so.
That makes sense, though. Beetlejuice 2, starring Michael Keaton, Winona Ryder, Gina Davis, Johnny Depp.
Gina Davis. I couldn't think of her name. Gina Davis. I guess they could de-age her. She was a ghost, right?
Catherine O'Hara. Yeah. No. Well, Gina Davis is the woman who died. Winona Ryder
She turned
is
into
the
a
daughter.
ghost. Yeah. Her and Baldwin, right?
Yeah. So,
It's been a while since I've seen that.
And Catherine O'Hara played the mom.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to remember. Now, wasn't the husband the guy that, like, basically he had kitty porn, and so then he wasn't able to basically be in anything anymore? Like, if I remember correctly.
Oh yeah, I mean, it might have been.
He played the. Maybe I'm thinking of a different guy. I think I'm thinking of a different guy. The guy who was the principal on Ferris Bueller's Day Off. That's the guy. That
Oh no, no.
There was the.
No, you're thinking of somebody else.
No, it is. It's same. It's
is the same guy?
It's Jeffrey. I just looked it up. Jeffrey R. Jones is an American character actor best known for his roles as Emperor Joseph II in Amadeus, Edward R. Rooney in Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Charles Dietz in Beetlejuice, Dr. Skip Tyler in Hunt for Red October, Eddie Barzoon. Oh, I forgot he played Eddie Barzoon in Devil's Advocate, and so on and so forth. In 2003, Jones pled no contest to a charge of soliciting a minor to pose for nude photographs that had subsequent arrest for failing to update his sex offender status. Yeah. But after that happened, though, he showed up. I mean, he was in Deadwood and Deadwood the movie.
Yeah, that won't stop you from acting.
Well, I mean, I know, but usually that's
people don't like it.
Things where it's we're not going to let you be in anything anymore, and we're going to.
Well, Deadwood was a pretty fucked up show, right? I mean, yeah.
That is true. Let's see here. It says here, subsequent to his legal troubles, Jones has become progressively less active as a performer following his appearance in the golf comedy Who's Your Caddy, 2007. He was absent from film and television for several years. He returned with an uncredited cameo in the Emmy-nominated HBO original film Hemingway and Gellhorn, followed by the supporting role of scientist Gladstone in the independent disaster film Earthquake. Jones went on to play a fictional version of himself in the short film 7 Days and reprised the role of A.W. Merrick in Deadwood the movie. Returned to stage in 2015, so on and so forth. Yeah, well, there you go. Well, I mean, yeah, I mean,
was she Burns seems to be doing all right. I mean, I think that's originally why it didn't happen. He wanted to do Batman or Batman, the second Batman, and then the studio lost favor with him after the second one.
In case you're wondering, he is not listed as being a cast member in Beetlejuice 2. So
maybe they took him out.
well, I mean, you could easily. It's been like how many years since then? So you could definitely write him off the thing.
Yeah. Or it could have happened at the time of the film.
Let's see here. It says in February 2022, a sequel was announced again. This again produced by Brad Pitt studio Plan B Entertainment. Burton stated in October 2022 that he was not involved in the project, was backtracked days later, saying nothing's out of the question. Something about Jenny Ortega was previously with Burton on Wednesday, was in talks to play Lydia's daughter. Well, Burton was not expected to direct the film. Oh, Tim Burton getting back on the old bicycle.
Yeah, he did pretty well with that Wednesday and on Netflix, the Addams Family thing.
That wasn't bad.
Yeah, that wasn't bad. I enjoyed it.
I thought it was good. Yeah.
I don't think I finished it. I think I missed the last one, but I don't remember. I gotta go back.
I don't read chat, Kabuki, to just to have you tell me all these things. We're having a conversation. That isn't made for a conversation if I'm waiting to read something that's 5 minutes behind. The chat's already getting on my nerves. Hi, Scott.
Already?
Hey, Lance. What's going on?
I don't know.
You don't know? Are you already?
We were having a discussion
angry?
about Beetlejuice 2, and then we were and
Beetlejuice?
and so
Maybe if we say
Barry,
3 times, it'll happen.
Barry and I were discussing it and discussing who would play what and stuff like that. And apparently, then Kabuki Kid pushed her glasses up on her nose and said, "Man, France was just reading the chat." So
Yeah.
anyway.
Well, he said.
Yep.
But we're back, baby, after a week off.
I didn't know what to do with myself last week. My wife was out of town. Keith left.
Oh.
It was all by myself.
Oh, by myself. Yeah, you see Shabby, so I was probably around. Could have tried something. Canada Dry.
Canada Dry zero sugar ginger ale.
So what's the difference between that and diet? I don't
know. Probably the sweetener. What is it?
I don't know.
Aspartame. No.
It's usually aspartame now.
Oh, yeah,
which of course people are.
I don't have enough
now,
light in here. I turned my lights down. I got my I'm underwater. Can you tell?
Yeah, we can see. I can see it on the back.
I can't see anything
on the keyboards. Can't see none. Get old, Scott.
It's aspartame.
So and then aspartame is the one that
not NutraSweet.
Aspartame is the one that they say is so close to
sugar
that it can still trigger diabetic responses and stuff like that.
Really?
Yeah. I don't care. It tastes so much better than saccharin.
I've had a tough year, man. I deserve it.
You do.
Yeah.
Rough year.
Here I
got stuff to talk about though, man. I got a lot to talk about.
All right, let me tell you a joke.
You don't care, Scott.
First of all, I really like your rolling color light thing. Is that?
I love it. It's a $20 little light projector to simulates underwater. I love it. It's like a kaleidoscope.
It's like an astral light or something.
It's so cool. I mean, it's the most simplest thing. It's basically an LED behind a crystal, like a faceted prism thing.
Okay.
You should show me where you got that. I want that looks really cool.
Yeah, I got on Amazon.
Does it play whale songs?
And it's USB powered. You see it?
Oh, okay.
Can you see it?
No.
No. Send me the link to where you found that.
It's on Amazon. It's like $20.
Yeah, just send me the link. Find it for me.
Okay.
Send me the link.
I love it. It's got different colors too.
No. So here I got a joke for it.
Ha ha.
No. Cat walks into a library and says, "Can I have some tuna?" Librarian looks at the cat and says, "This is a library." The cat says, "Oh, I'm sorry. Can I have some tuna?"
It was funnier the first time I read it.
It's a good joke. It's a good,
pretty good.
It's a good, clean, honest joke.
So it's
Matthew.
got colors. Matt.
Ooh. But does it
I
play
was
whale
just-
songs?
I was telling Barry, and I'll tell both you and Matty P here this. I hate to like, this has like almost no sugar in it. And this is such a good, I mean, like, I'm not a big Gatorade guy, but man, the lemon lime prime is like one of the, like, just, it is the perfect lemon lime taste. Absolutely perfect.
Lemon lime prime.
Lemon lime prime, if you find it, it's got, what has it got? Like 6 grams of carbohydrates in it or something like that. 20 calories.
6 grams of carbohydrates is a lot.
Yes,
It is.
Tis.
This is 0.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
There's sugar there.
This is my
Yeah.
treat. This is my treat that I give them. I allow myself to drink one of these.
Yeah.
So Michelle got me a pack of Mars bars things. Oh my God, I've just been tearing them up.
Sorry.
What is it?
Mars bars?
Mars bars. Yeah.
Those don't have sugar in them.
No, they have 80 calories.
Yeah.
They might even be more than that. I don't know.
Mars bars have sugar.
No, I know.
Oh, I was
Not sugar.
joking, and then I thought maybe you were like trying to.
No. I'm trying to
Give me
get
a-
through them as quick as I can, so I don't have. You know what I mean? Like just done.
Sure. Just
Out
go
of my-
into
Oh, I
diabetic
know.
shock once.
Like every once in a while, like I will like certain cereals will just be like I'll crave a certain
Yeah.
cereal,
I'm the same way.
and then
Crunch.
I don't know what it is, and like right now, it's Honey Nut Chex is just like my jam.
Oh, I didn't even know they made that.
Oh, it's
Don't
so
Tell me
good.
that.
It's so amazing.
You know what I just started eating?
What's that?
All brand buds.
That sounds horrible.
That's an
That-
old person's.
That sounds like Grandpa needs to get regular.
It's a grandpa
Yeah.
cereal.
I have all brand buds with a half a cup of cottage cheese and
geez.
grapes. It's really good.
Grandpa.
I believe you.
The British Mars bar is sort of like a Milky Way, but not,
Sort of,
correct,
but
not
not.
exactly the same. Because I would just get Milky Ways. Milky Ways are not the same.
What's the difference, Scott?
I don't know. There's something. It's just. I don't know. I'm
I
sure
don't
it's
like
the chocolate.
either, but
It's probably the chocolate, or just maybe the quantities of nougat and caramel and all that.
There's no caramel in the
lots of-
Milky Way.
there's no caramel in the Milky Ways, Matt. said.
There's no caramel in Milky Way. Yeah, there is caramel. There in Milky Way. In the
Uh-huh.
United States, the Milky Way is a caramel.
Not in Canada. In Canada, it's just the foamy stuff.
That's the Three Musketeers.
All right, so here's my
don't know.
suggestion.
No,
Here's
Three
my suggestion.
Musketeers. There's actual.
Since-
Caramel. That's the third musketeer. The caramel.
Killing me.
You got it switched.
What?
No.
No,
Right.
Three Musketeers doesn't have caramel.
No, it doesn't. It's nougat.
What?
It's nougat.
No
It's got a
way.
nougat chocolate shell.
I
Yeah,
No
don't
caramel.
know.
I
I
don't
don't
believe
eat
it.
any of them.
it's a chocolate shell meant to deliver nougat. You know, when my grandparents are still alive, and lived
Kabuki
in
Kid
Wa-
has spoken. She says the Milky Way in the U.S. definitely has caramel.
yeah, Milky Way, yeah, absolutely. is.
But you've got some good candy bars there. Don't get me wrong. You got a good candy bar game in Canada.
We don't.
So-
we have a good chocolate bar game.
Yeah, there's a difference.
All right, so we got 3 people. I suggest we dive into an initials game. Then we let Scott share his information because he's got stuff to talk about,
Got stuff to talk about.
and then theoretically maybe an Evan or something will show up later, and we can play another initials.
Second game.
Sure.
Let's
Yeah.
see.
All right, here we go.
Last week.
Yeah, make it for last week,
Here
and
we go with
it's
this
gonna.
shit.
I haven't been on for 3 weeks.
DS.
Yes.
DS.
DS. Here we go.
As in Nintendo.
Yes.
No, there you go. Well
New
done.
Zelda comes out on Friday, by the way.
Does it?
So hilarious. So hilarious. I
Nothing to
asked
do
my
with Nintendo DS.
I asked my son. I said, "Hey, a new Zelda game comes out soon," and he said, "Yeah, I know." And I said, "So do you want it?" No. And I was like, and he had the first one, and I was like, "Why not?" And he is just like, "It's an open world game," and I was like, "I thought you liked open world games." That one is way too open worldy. That's what he said. I was like,
Have you
"What?"
seen the Pro ZD video about open world games? You should.
The
We
what
should
one?
watch that together after this game.
The
Pro
Pro
ZD. You know that guy?
Are you talking about Yahtzee or are you talking about who?
No, his name is Pro ZD.
Sure.
You know who
We
he
can talk.
is.
I don't know. Who knows?
Who knows?
Here we go. The Nintendo DS is are the initials. Here we go. Debuted July 21st, 1996. Connected to Back in Black. Features satire. Features correspondence. Connected to Craig, John, and Trevor. Final clue. Your moment of zen concluded this long-running Aldi.
Daily Show.
Daily Show is correct.
Yeah.
Off to a
Moment of zen.
quick lead.
Yeah.
Here's your moment of zen.
Do they still do the moment of Zen? I don't watch
No. I remember when John Stewart left and was it Craig Kilborn took over? They
No, it
did
was
the
vice
moment.
versa.
Whoever
Craig
took
Kilborn.
over.
John
Whoever-
Stewart took over for Kilborn.
Okay, so Kilborn did his moment of zen, but when John Stewart took over, he continued doing the moment of zen for a little while, but then he stopped. It was
Okay.
just like they stopped it. But anyway, once went by Rosetta Stone. His father wanted him to practice medicine. Connected to Jim Carrey in 2000. Connected to Mike Myers in 2003.
Aldi?
Go ahead.
David Spade?
Good guess though.
Yeah.
I kept thinking I couldn't make it not be David Spade, but apparently it is.
Famous for a 1966 TV special. Final clue. This is the pen name for an iconic American children's author.
Matt,
Matt,
Dr. Seuss?
Dr. Seuss is correct.
Well, yeah, Cat in the Hat. Okay.
Oh yeah, Jim Carrey. Oh yeah, and then
Yeah.
the one thing two or whatever it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, gotcha.
All right.
I see.
Uh,
I'm still looking up Milky Ways to prove that they don't have caramel in
They
fucking
have
Canada.
caramel.
Not in Canada, they don't.
Yeah, you might have a different version of a Milky Way. Do you have Mars bars in Canada?
We have Mars, we have Three Musketeers, and we have
Is there Mars bars?
There-
The right
Mars bars definitely have caramel.
It's chocolate, caramel, nougat.
Oh, maybe not. I don't know. I can't.
Because your
remember.
Mars bars might have that weird almond crap.
No.
Like, is it white or is it black, dark chocolate?
Are you thinking of
Black chocolate,
marzipan?
dark chocolate. No, the Mars bar. There's an old Mars bar that was like
No.
not what. Yeah.
Anyway, sorry. Continue, Lance.
you're fine. Performed his own circumcision.
This has to be like a Seinfeld thing or something.
His favorite movie is The Crow.
The Crow.
Once misspelled the word failure at a spelling bee. Connected to a bed and breakfast. His interests include ping pong, paintball, and karate. Final clue. Sold paper for Dunder Mifflin on NBC's The Office.
Never seen this show.
Aldi.
3,
Aldi.
Aldi. 5.
Dwight Schrute.
Dwight Schrute is correct.
I have no idea.
Nope.
Never. Yeah, you got to watch The Office.
I never seen it.
I've
You never
seen like
it? Neither of you have seen it?
I've
I've
seen
never
two
seen
skits
it.
of The Office. The one where Jim sends Dwight faxes from the future, and then one more. I can't remember. What it
I've
was.
never watched.
It's a great show. I mean, it's so good. I mean, not that we have any shortage of shows to watch, but
Yeah, no shit.
that's a good show.
All right, here you go. Debuted in the 1970s. There has been more than one.
Outlander?
Its plans have been stolen.
Matt,
Go ahead.
Death Star.
Death Star. Well done.
Well done, shit.
Here we go.
And technically, it's
Liz.
been done 3 times.
Liz never watched it
No,
either?
the last one was not called the Death Star.
Bullshit. It was just a bigger one.
It was a Death Planet.
Actually,
Yeah, actually.
what
Here
was
we
it
go.
called again? Planet Killer 1 or something like that?
Yeah, I was like Killer
One.
One. It was dumb.
Dumb. The worst science fiction ever made.
Well, that's a pretty far.
That's a bold statement.
That's a
I
pretty
Yeah.
bold
like
statement there.
like I've told anybody who listened, the best part about Star Wars is they only made 3 movies. So lives in New York City. Debuted in July of 1963. His first name is Stephen. A car crash damaged his hands. Had his own
Aldi. Doctor Strange.
Doctor
Yeah.
Strange.
I don't know. I was zoning on it. I was like, what's his name?
I'm thinking of a real person. I'm like,
What's
who
his
the
actual
hell-
name?
So
Steven
Strange. Steven Strange, yeah.
Right, that's what I was hung up on. I'm like,
Yeah.
what's his real name?
I can
Oh,
see
it's
the
Doctor
weird graphics with the buildings and shit. Yeah, same thing, Scott. Good
One
thing
of my absolute favorite comic books of all time, just because it was always just incredibly weird and wacky. And
Yeah, that's why the second movie was just so disappointing. Or
why?
is it
Because
second or
it
third?
wasn't
I don't
an
know.
origin story, and it was
No, it just
full
wasn't
on.
interesting.
I'm going to the convenience store tomorrow to pick up 3 chocolate bars.
All right, we're gonna
It
save
is
for next week.
it is a very Sam Raimi movie.
Well, sure.
Yeah.
I mean,
Just as the plot, it's just
yeah.
ugh.
Sometimes connected to stylized names. Appears on the cover of a 1997 Limp Bizkit album. Often appears in cartoon eyes. Features 1 or 2 vertical lines. Commonly seen to the left of numbers. Final clue.
Barry.
Bonnie Barry.
Dollar sign.
Dollar sign
Ooh,
is
nice.
last clue is on a standard keyboard. This is found above the number 4, and everybody was
We
just
all
immediately
looked
gonna
at
look down. Here we go. Was an NIS agent. Has been invisible. Was a campaign aide. Wore a Boston t-shirt to a water park. Known for the Hollywood Minute. Starred opposite Chris Farley in
Barry.
1990. Barry.
David Spade.
David Spade.
I thought it was with the water park. I was just making
No
sure.
idea. None of those
Yeah.
clues mattered to me at all.
Nope, not even in one.
The
Not even
campaign
Hollywood
aid.
Minutes.
Yeah.
The campaign aid and Black Sheep.
Black
when,
Sheep. Yeah.
when
I'm
Didn't
not a
see it.
big fan of those movies.
well, they're not a big fan of you.
Shut up.
Oh.
Oh.
Shut up.
I went up the other day, or like a week or so ago, or more like 2 weeks ago. I was sitting down here and I was like, "What is that?"
I'm gonna share my screen for a second.
And I was sitting there and I was like, "Wait a minute, is that?" And I walked upstairs and yep, my daughter was just watching Caddyshack.
Caddyshack. The original, the first
Yeah, one's Milky
Oh.
Way, one is
No.
Three Musketeer.
US global.
one?
Yeah.
Which one's the global?
That'd
The
be
one on
different.
the right?
So right here it says US on the left, global on the right.
Ours
No caramel.
Ours is bigger, too.
Wikipedia has fake stuff on it all the time.
Is that a
Oh,
different
shut
kind
up.
of nougat too?
I doubt they go that far, Scott.
Shut up. Matt's in a cranky mood today. I like it.
Matt's been traveling for 3 weeks and he's fucking cranky.
All right.
Have a beer, Matt. Chill out.
I got my
Yeah.
tea. It's good enough.
Get tea.
Yeah.
Is it a Long
for 2
Island
weeks
iced
straight.
tea?
So
Do you have whiskey in that tea?
You know, a good
Yeah.
Long Island iced tea isn't a bad drink at all.
No, once in a while.
you're a teenage girl.
I mean, no.
Well, Lance kind of is.
No, the bar of my drunken days Friday night was Long Island iced tea night, and they were like, I remember like I went there enough. There were
Ladies'
$1.50,
night.
then $1.75, then $1.85, then $2, and then I think like the last time I went there, were $2.85 on Friday night for a Long Island iced tea.
285. It's cheap.
Here we go. Clue number one
You
has a connection to Bill Clinton.
Bill Clinton.
Connected to rumors. Precedes Me Now.
What was
Matt.
that, Lance?
Go ahead.
Don't stop.
Yep, don't stop. The Fleetwood Mac.
I was
Don't.
going through the category, Matt.
I was thinking of
Catalog.
Queen. Don't stop me now.
Yeah, but I mean, but
that was
the
Fleetwood,
the
yeah.
Fleetwood Mac Rumors album, one of the greatest albums of all time,
It's a good
has the song of "Don't Stop Thinking About Tomorrow." Don't.
Or
Stop.
yeah, don't. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm down with that one.
You down with the stickers?
All right. Here we go.
Here we go.
Debuted in 1993. Has a connection to American Airlines. Often seen near blades. Known to change lines. Known for black, silver, victory green, and white. Professional sports team originally from Minnesota, now in Texas.
Aldi. Dallas Stars.
Dallas Stars. The Minnesota North Stars, baby.
Blades.
Well, that was my clue.
There you go.
Late.
Mr. I live in Tejas. Here you go. Dates back hundreds of years. Sometimes wood, aluminum, or other metals. Has appeared in races. Mentioned in The Call of the Wild.
Aldi.
Go ahead.
Dog sled.
Dog sled is correct. Aldi running away with it.
I don't think I'm running away with it.
You got 5 to 3 to 2. There's 4 left.
I have 2, right?
No, I don't. I'm
Barry's
sure.
got 2. Barry has 2. You have 3 men.
Hmm.
Appeared in the 1996 comedy Celtic or Celtic Pride, depending upon how you pronounce it.
Celtic Pride.
Hosted Saturday Night Live in February of 1995. Appeared in MC Hammer's music video, Too Legit to Quit.
I should know this.
See that you there? Too Legit to Quit.
Cut it out.
Yeah. Known for the fictional character Leon Sandcastle. Connected to Prime Time.
Aldi.
Aldi.
Deion Sanders.
Neon Sanders.
Deion.
Yep. Has appeared
Also played
in
for
the,
Dallas.
Yep. Has appeared in the World Series and the Super Bowl. And he's one of 2
He's a
people
talented
ever.
person.
Yeah, he's one of only 2 people to hit a home run and score a touchdown in the same week.
Who's the other person?
Bo Jackson, baby.
Oh,
You don't know Bo.
you don't know, Boo.
I watched a absolutely fantastic 30 for 30 about Bo Jackson. About just like both when he got started.
More than 30 for 30s.
Yeah, I know. They're making a lot of them, right? They should be like,
Is he
you know,
still alive?
well, yeah. But no, like
Not that old, man.
yeah, no, it's just like 30 for 30 or whatever, and it was just all about like him being a kid and you know, growing up and playing ball and like how when he was being recruited pretty heavily out of high school, and like the New York Yankees, they were willing to give him, like, you know, just when he was 18, they offered him some exceedingly stupid amount of money, like $100,000, just to sign with the Yankees. That when he was done with high school, he would just go play minor league ball for them. Wouldn't go to college, wouldn't go anything. It's like a signing bonus, which is more money than his family had seen ever. And like, but he said he was going to be the only kid of his family that they had a chance to go to college. And he said, no, I got to go to college. And so he turned it down. And so then he went to college. He went 4 years of college. He was the Heisman winner. He was, you know, but when he was going to go to college, he was being heavily recruited by both Alabama and Auburn. Well, lots of people were, but like, and Alabama was like basically the, you know, like if Alabama wants you to play, you go play for Alabama. And he went there, and he said he came home, and there was a guy at his table at his parents' house, and he said, well, Bo, you know, it's like, we're thinking maybe by your junior year we can get you to play. You'll be able to play. There's just too many people ahead of you. And he said when the Auburn head coach came to his house, he said, Bo, he's like, you will start for me freshman year. and he said, and then one of the things, and then the guy even said to him, like the other Alabama coach, when he said he was like, I'm going to go to Auburn, he's like, and just so you know, Bo, Auburn hasn't beaten Alabama in a football game in 23 years. And then so Bo said, I made it my mind that the first time we played them, we were going to win. And he ran for like 260 yards or something, scored 3 touchdowns, and just crushed Alabama. It's just like, yeah, they just
Alabama.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's all these people. People are saying, yeah, I once watched him, like he was 15 feet away from a Volkswagen Bug, and not lengthwise, but just like I watched him speed up, run, and jump over it, just like from 15 feet away. Just ran at it, jumped over a Volkswagen Bug.
He's not Superman.
Nah.
I don't know, man. He was a force of nature.
You are.
All right, here we go.
Cool story, bro.
Cool story, bro. Found in TV and films.
Narrows it down.
Yes.
Sometimes caused by time. Connected to editing. Often offered as a bonus feature.
Barry.
Go ahead.
Scenes.
Deleted scenes is correct.
I feel like
Well
we've
done.
had that one before now.
Yeah.
I feel like that's so, it feels so familiar to me. And Barry got it at the end
And
too.
with that, Barry has made Scott the winner because there's only 2 left and Scott's up by 2. So here we go, just for funskies.
Tie.
Well, me and Matt are tied according to Kaboot. Yeah. There's that.
Yeah, okay. You guys can play for first loser.
Always pissing on the Cheerios, man. Or
Debuted March 8th, 1994. Often connected to depression. Often connected to addiction. Connected to closer.
Closer.
Is a situation that continually gets worse.
Matt,
Go ahead.
Death Spiral.
And final clue. The name of an iconic album by 9 Inch Nails.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
5.
Closer, but
Or Ollie, go ahead.
Yeah, downward spiral.
Downward.
Downward
fuck.
You were close.
Spiral.
Downward.
close.
Yeah, you were close.
I remember when I picked up that album because I remember I'd gone to Lollapalooza and
I didn't even get the closer connection with them.
Yeah.
I did right
remember-
away, but I couldn't remember what the thing was called.
So no, I went
Yeah.
I went
Touch with
to
my Nine Inch Nails, man.
Lollapalooza and I saw and a buddy of mine was like, yeah, I'm going here just to see 9 Inch Nails. And I was like, okay, you know, I mean, I was going there to see Jane's Addiction, you know, so it was just like, but then they were like this, I remember like they had this big, like, I mean, now it'd be super, super cheesy, but you know, remember like when you wanted to like have a board that had like, they'd have like about 100 light bulbs and then they certain ones would turn on and that's how you showed people like words.
Yeah.
Something, is that making sense?
Dot Matrix.
Yeah, dot matrix kind of thing. And so they were like
Display.
above the stage, it was like they were broadcasting the people that were going to be on it, you know, just like going through the different things, you know, and like body count was there, you know, things like that, you know.
Oh, wow.
But I remember like when it first turned on, it started going through the different bands that were going to be playing. And this is outdoors, you know, an outdoor concert. And I mean, there was like some cheering for some of the things, but when 9 Inch Nails popped up, I mean, I hadn't heard a single song by them at all. 9 Inch Nails popped up. It was like the entire crowd lost their minds. And I was like, who is this freaking band? And then Jane's Addiction showed up and it was like, and then it somehow got even louder, you know, and that was the thing. So, and
I
then
saw 9 Inch Nails here in Dallas in 1994 in a small club. Not small, but not large. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
So many people. I think I told you this story. The bodies just started going like this.
oh yeah.
Oh,
And
really?
you just
Yeah.
couldn't move. You couldn't
couldn't do anything about
anybody
it.
fell, they're dead. I mean, they're trampled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it was crazy.
So I was like,
And the keyboard caught on fire, by the way.
oh
They were
yeah. I
throwing
remember-
water all over. They were throwing water bottles like on everybody, and then the fucking keyboard.
Nice.
Like,
Yeah,
That
water
keyboard-
electric don't mix usually.
not
But
that
I remember,
something
I
like it.
think I was 20 years old when I went to that concert. I wasn't yet 21, and I remember sitting there and like I was in the pit for most of the bands, just to be in the pit, and then like, and I remember like the 9 Inch Nails one was just absolutely like I had to take a break. I was just like, yeah, I can't be in this one. But I remember like thinking, wow, this band's pretty cool, and I went and bought Pretty Hate Machine the next day, and that was a pretty good album.
Pretty Hate Machine's pretty awesome.
And then I was like, and then for some reason, like when I got Downward Spiral, I was like, it wasn't like a radical change from Pretty Hate Machine, but it was
pretty
enough.
different though.
It was enough of a change that I was
It
kind of
was
like,
not. It's
"Oh."
not as pop.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know how much I like this. And then the album just grew on me the more I listened to it. So, all right, here we go. If Barry or Matt get this, they get to be first loser.
Okay.
Otherwise, they tie for first
All right, I'll
loser.
sit back.
Oh no, you don't. Connected to a giraffe.
That's right.
If you get this, you actually score more than them combined. So you should be shooting for that. Once discussed cashews and raisins with Larry David. Appeared on HBO's Band of Brothers.
Barry.
Barry.
David Schwimmer.
David Schwimmer. You are first loser. Yay! He played an a-hole on
He played a nice version of the a-hole on a Band of Brothers.
What do you mean?
I know the real story from Babe. Or not Babe, Wild Bill rather. He was worse than they depicted him. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, he depicted an a-hole in that.
What were the other clues for David Schwimmer?
Oh God, I just put it away.
Wow.
Give me a second. Give me 2 seconds here.
I almost said the other guy.
What was the thing with Larry David? Was he on?
He was on Curb.
Yeah.
Curb. Man, I need to get back to Curb. I only made it to.
Has a connection to Robert Kardashian because he
played Robert Kardashian.
That was so good.
The OJ movie.
That OJ, that was so good.
Yeah.
I remember get back to that.
I remember who is it that John Travolta just looked like a freaking ghoul. He was just perfect.
That was a ghoul.
What are you talking about?
The OJ movie.
The OJ movie on Netflix. What is it called again?
It's American
American Crime Story.
Crime story. Yeah.
They
There's
do
a
these
couple of them.
miniseries.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, and it's so well done. It's just it's so
fascinating.
well done. Yeah. Turned down the lead role in 1997's Men in Black. Was paleontologist Ross Geller on Friends. Yeah, that was really good. And the second one was not as good, but it was still good.
I'm a little disappointed that Donna Summer wasn't one of the clues.
Well, I will.
I had Desert Storm in my back pocket.
Well,
So
that's a
did
good one.
I will send. I will send a complaint.
Sticking Dire Straits too for some reason.
That's
Dire
good.
Straits.
Yeah.
Only for
That's
nothing.
good.
I like the Dire Straits.
Dire Straits is a tough one though.
No, because you can do like the band
what's the
references,
gimme?
or it means like hard times, and you know.
How was Gamma, Matt?
Gamma was amazing. It was really good.
And you keep having these amazing things. You're having quite the year.
I had some
What
really
was
great
amazing about it?
meetings.
Just the business stuff, or the.
Well, yeah, I
social
presented
stuff?
those two things those two wooden things, and they were just like they went over like fucking amazingly.
Cool.
And it was just it went really well. There was one surreal moment when I had where I was introducing myself to somebody and they're like, "Oh, I know who you are." I was like, "Pardon?"
Oh, I know who you are.
It was just very strange.
Did you play any games there, or did you just talk?
I fucking didn't play. No, wait. Did I play?
There was a
games?
lot of people there playing games, man. I saw a picture of one of those rooms. It was jam fucking packed.
Yeah, that's the games room. Yeah.
I mean, it was shoulder to shoulder.
I did not play one game. Yeah. I played
It's
a
not game
game.
convention.
I played a game in Minneapolis yesterday.
You think?
So I went from Gamma to Cocoa Beach to meet Giselle for a week, and then to Minneapolis for 4 or 5 days. And we had Monday, Tuesday, we had like a internal work retreat kind of thing to plan stuff, and we played a couple of games there, but that was the only games I played in 3 weeks. But no, Gamma was very good. Met some awesome people. I'm not allowed to say yes to anything for quite a while now, so
It was a good problem to have.
yeah. No, it was excellent. It was fun. It was nice. It was I like Gamma though, because it's a chill show, and you're not like, you don't
Is
feel
it
like you're
chill?
stealing people's time away from anything.
Really?
Like at Gen Con, if you go to their booth, they're like, they're
Yeah.
selling, right? So
I mean, plus since they only run the trade show or whatever it's called, the exhibit hall for 2 days out of 7.
That's been 2
Yeah,
now?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So,
Hmm.
and it only opens at 2 o'clock.
Right. And it's not like it's not open. It's not one of those open to the public. Like people are just aren't messing around. I mean, it's business.
No, they're not. Apparently this
Yeah.
year there was like usually it's 80-20, like 80% retailers. And
Yeah.
this year was like hardly any retailers apparently.
Uh-oh.
There was a lot of
Really?
Is that a good thing?
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
There was a
Okay.
lot of game designers and stuff.
Nobody's selling anything. Everybody's making stuff.
Yeah,
There was a lot of
really.
people pitching games there, actually.
Yeah, I heard there was I just listened to Corey Thompson talk about a game on something about a gnome.
Oh yeah. No, I
Did
saw
you
that
play the
game.
gnome game? You didn't play any games.
I saw it, but
What was
I
it called?
didn't-
Gnome. Hold on. I'll find it.
Yeah, that got a huge.
The name is not rolling up the tongue.
like literally the
Hollow.
guy. Every time I saw the guy, he had all his business cards stuffed in his badge. Every
Eamon
time I saw
Anderson.
him, what's that?
Eamon Anderson
Yeah.
or
Every time
Amon.
I saw him, he had this like bulging wad of business cards in his badge from people.
What's
that
what's
wanted to
this
talk to him.
gnome? This is the new.
It's called Gnome
what's it-
Hollow. Apparently,
Gnome
it's
Hollow, yeah.
amazing. Change your life.
Yeah,
Change your life. Ooh.
I've
Well,
heard-
every
I've
once in a while,
heard this
someone,
one.
someone out of nowhere comes in with an amazing thing because they're just not influenced by anything.
That's
I mean,
true.
maybe it's. I don't know. I don't know anything about it.
No, I don't know much.
I
About
mean,
it.
good for him. I hope he sells a million copies. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently, he's being courted by many publishers.
Yes, many. I told him to apply to the social as well. So
Oh, at Gen Con.
yeah.
How many slots do you have there?
I think we're doing so there's 48 slots for the speed dating, and then we're probably selling total like double that for attendees, and then maybe a little bit more than actually, and then so total 200 people, but in that is like attendees, sponsors, and guests. Guests and sponsors are probably going to be like 50 people, and then
What?
the rest is going to be attendees.
When is it?
August 4th from 7 to 10.
Is that the Friday night or Saturday
Yeah,
night?
Friday night.
Friday night. What hotel?
It's at the Punch Bowl Social.
Oh, right. How do you speed date in a bar?
It's we have a whole section of it pulled off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Where's the Punch Bowl Social?
I have no idea.
Do you know where that is, Lance?
no, I haven't been to Gamma in so long, and I haven't been.
No,
to
no,
it's
it is
Gen
Gen
Con,
Con.
Lance.
the Punch Bowl Social.
It is. Hold on, let me find out.
I'm looking.
Isn't that weird?
there's
those
one in
weird
Dallas.
second floors things or whatever.
There's one in Dallas. I know the name of it. I knew the name of it. It's like a arcade, not
It's
arcade,
kind of like a
bowl-
David
it's
Buster's,
bowling
but not
alley
as
and a
juvenile.
bar.
That one. Okay. Are you going to Gen Con, Scott?
I don't know.
You should.
I don't want to go.
Then don't.
Michelle said no.
It's across
Sit
from
at
St.
home.
Albans.
Sit at home and be a big baby
It's
and play
across from what?
pinball.
It's across from
What'd
what?
you- It's across
said-
from St. Elmo's.
Oh, really?
Or hold on. It's like it's in the mall.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Or it's near wait, no, maybe not. I don't know.
in
I
the
can't
Circle
look.
Mall.
No. I mean, there's a Forever 21 clothing store. Like, is it a mall? I can't. It's the subway. It's near the subway.
Oh, on
The
the like,
super
by the
secret Subway?
JW.
No, I don't know, man. Maybe it's. I can't quite make it out. It must be a
Super
mall.
secret Subway.
It's across the street from the Steak and Shake.
Oh, is
In a
it?
big-
Okay, I know exactly
In a
where
big
that is,
giant
yeah.
thing. So it's probably in some kind of big structure. That's I don't know.
It's on Meridian. Okay, cool.
Maryland and Meridian. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, I know what that is.
I'm just trying to place it. I can't quite place it. Across from the Hampton,
It's behind the punch. It's behind St. Elmo's.
behind St. Elmo's. Okay.
Yeah. That's why I never kind of go to that street, but I get you.
Oh, I see. It's got like.
I always go to the
walkways.
fucking subway way at the top above by the JW. I should not go to that one anymore because there's one closer now. I didn't realize.
Super secret.
It's
Santa.
kind of
Remember
from the Hyatt, so I'm
I
sure
went
it's nearby.
I went
It's
to
near
the-
all the stuff.
I went to that Subway, the one up on, I think it's like Maryland or Washington, and I had to get to my shift. So I hopped on a Lime scooter, just about killed myself. Yeah.
My last time when we were at Gen Con, my daughter asked me probably a dozen times. She's like, let me take one of these scooters. Let me take one of these scooters. And I was just like, no, you're not going to take a scooter. And she's like, why? It's like, because there's too much traffic. There's too many people. I'm not having you ride the scooter and then get like hit by a car. And then, you have your mom hate me for the rest of my life, just like, but I remember at the last, so when we finally got done and we had packed up the entire booth and we were heading out and we were like basically going back to the room, and our plane left that night, like 8 o'clock at night or whatever. So we were heading back to basically check out of the hotel and be done. Actually, we had already checked out. Our suitcases were sitting at the hotel.
Yeah.
I walked over to one of the scooters. There's no traffic because everybody had left. I put the old credit card on and I was like, all right, there you go. I'll see you at the hotel. She sped off like a speed demon. Never been more happy in her life. Just
Jason, I
Never
went to the
been more
media
happy.
night, and Jason Moon had like raspberries all over his elbows and stuff like that. I'm like,
Every time there's someone, I know someone that falls on those things. Like no thanks.
yeah,
Break your arm, break your collarbone. Nah, I don't need that.
Good, yeah.
how'd you have in the hospital? Well, I just wanted to get back to my hotel room 5 minutes earlier.
Yeah.
yeah, I can't get to this. I'm trying to do the street view for the Punchbowl Social, but I think it's in the mall
Yeah, it must be.
because
It looks
I'm
like, I mean, I
just,
see it Forever 21 and all kinds of things. Must be inside a mall.
I just went around the block and I couldn't get into it.
I mean, I don't know. I try. I hate to be an old like stick in the mud, but I'm
You?
always just
No.
kind of like, shut up. But I'm always of the this weird like kind of mentality of like those get-togethers. So it's like, there's always people gonna be there. We're gonna get
There's
together.
bowling alley too.
And I'm always just like, yeah, I usually, because I've been working a booth all day, but I usually have this mentality of I would rather go back to my hotel room, order a pizza, and watch TV and get to bed at a decent time so I can go to the booth at 8 o'clock in the morning so I can
Yeah, when
deal
you
with
work all
that.
day at a booth, it changes your outlook on
But this is not for
Gen Con.
those people though. This is not just a social gathering. This is for newcomers to the industry who want to break into the industry.
Yeah.
So
No, that
Are
should,
you doing a ticket charge or is it just a limited
so
number
it's
of slots?
you apply. It's basically like any speed dating where you apply to attend, and then we select of the attendees. We'll select 50 of them to do this speed dating part. Anybody who does get selected to attend the event, there's like a nominal $20 or $25 charge for the ticket.
Cool.
Yeah, that's just to cover the
Well, it should be fun.
ginormous fucking F&B bill.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
open bar, open food for 3 hours. So it's like,
Yeah.
So I played a game
You did.
that reinvigorated me
Oh, here we go. What is it?
and got me sort of thinking about games again. I mean, I've been thinking, obviously it's never going to leave me,
Yeah.
but I've been thinking about this game,
Well-
and how fun it is, and just
what game?
it's called Station Fall.
Is this a trader
Oh!
game?
Have you heard of this game?
This is that game that I said, if you can teach me in like 5 minutes or less, I'll play.
I mean, I can certainly teach you in 5 minutes or less. Now, if you want to know all the things about the game, you will not learn. You will not know the game in this 5 minutes or less.
Well,
The mechanics
no, I
of the
mean,
game are very simple.
well, the sad thing is that unfortunately I'd crush you at it, and then you'd be all like, oh.
Well, if you don't know the rules, of I don't know how you would do that, but
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
no,
no. After,
so,
after you teach me
it's-
the rules,
we-
I'd be like,
we were it's just the most interesting game. Like, I feel like it's been done. I think it's been done in a different way for Nothing Personal and Kremlin. You know those games?
Yeah.
Kremlin was the original where you influence a person or a character in the
Yeah.
game. Now, these characters don't move around or there's no controlling them like on a map or anything. It's just like, okay, I control that guy and I can do what I want with him, right? I can do his actions. So it takes that. You have 12 characters on a space station, and that space station's going to blow up
Okay.
or crash into Earth. Okay. The goal for you, I think almost every character now, you control two characters. Well, you have a secret character and you have a backup character. The secret character is really the character you care the most about. The backup character you might care about, but not as much. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
The secret character, if you get him off the ship or get him to Earth, usually getting to Earth is the final ultimate goal for all the characters, I think. But I may not be quite 100% there. You basically score points. And they each have like different bonus objectives to if you do certain things, that you score more points. So my character was the what was the name of it? Daredevil. The goal for him was to get back to Earth with the jetpack, a helmet. Well, you need a helmet to fly the jetpack, but I think that was part of it. An artifact, and make sure no one else gets back to Earth. So that was my goal. Secret, right? No one knows this.
Mhm.
So first thing I do is, so the mechanics of the game is you put your influence on characters. So there's 12 characters in the game, and they all have powers and stuff. You put your influence on there, and then you can control them with your actions. And you only get 2 actions a turn, and there's 15 turns. It's 15 minutes, the final 15 minutes before the station is destroyed. And so the first thing I did was open up take control of the security or sorry, I forget what the character was called, but he had clearance into the command center of the space station. And I opened up the secret Project X, which Project X is a hidden experiment on the space station that everybody on the space station is trying to like protect. Secret, which I was hoping would just rampage around the space station. Like 9 times out of 10, it's a monster of some sort. However, this one was a wormhole back to Earth. So, oops. Basically, it made it so very easily so people could get back to Earth if they just went to where the wormhole was. But so plan 2 was me to set off the self-destruct mechanism and make the reactor blow up. So anyway, that was kind of the fun part of the game. Like it's one of those kind of games. Like you take 2 actions with your character, and they all do different things. And there's fighting and stuff. You can bludgeon people. However, if you have a helmet, you're protected from bludgeoning. There is a gun in the game. There's a printer that can 3D print a gun, but only the captain can do that. So I don't know. It's kind of it's an intriguing game. Like there's all this like you have your main plan in your mind, and then of course that all goes to shit, and then you have the backup plan, and you have backup plan, and people like you might be able to control other people's characters if they don't reveal who they are. You can control them. You can control any character in the game just by putting influence on it, and you're allowed to sort of like you have 8 points of influence that you can use, but if you go over a max, you start losing points. So you don't want to like over influence. So it's kind of like it's got a regular on it, but you can totally go ape shit and like start controlling everybody. So anyway, I want to play the game again. We were going to play last weekend, but we did not. So I'm itching to play it again to see if I really, really, really like it. but I think I do.
Hmm.
And we should play it at BGGCon
I'll play with you.
for sure.
Ion game design, baby.
And all the 12 characters are like so asymmetric. Like there's a space chimp, and the goal for him is to, or it,
Kill all the
I don't know what it
humans.
is. No, it's basically trying to get a helmet, and it's supposed to try to get like I don't know exactly its goal, but it can go through 0G very quickly. So it's called gravity stepping or something like that. So you can move in 0G because the gravity goes off at some point, and you're all like, yeah. There's security doors, and there's all kinds of things, and there's the concept of being guilty or suspicious. Sorry, being suspicious. So if anything you do hurts another character, and the cameras are on, you become suspicious because the camera saw you do it. However, there's ways around that. Then any character can create evidence, which if they bring it back to Earth, they turn it in, and all the suspicious characters become guilty. That makes sense. Or you can transmit it early and be like, so there's this kind of interesting thing where you have to do bad stuff, but you don't, if you become suspicious, you might become guilty. If you're guilty, you can't win the game, like plain out 0.
Okay.
But you can manufacture your own evidence to clear your name if you get back to Earth with it. So yeah,
That sounds interesting.
Sounds like there's a lot going on.
Yes.
oh yeah, it's incredible, and it makes me excited for game design again because I feel like I don't know, I'm just getting a little tired of the whole fill this recipe for points and turn in 5 of these and 2 of those and 1 of those and make and I'm just
How dare you?
How dare you,
bored with
Scott?
it. But
Dare,
as soon as I see a recipe game, just like ugh.
dare you, son of a bitch.
Now there's not that many of those like that I want to play, but I get sometimes they sneak through. But who knows? Maybe I'll miss out. But anyway,
Maybe.
Maybe.
Trying to remember.
What are you trying to remember?
Oh, no, I went to San Francisco, which was fun. I went there with my wife, and that was why.
what was the deal with that room with flowers?
So I'll tell you that story in just a second or two. But I have come to the realization that that we need teleportation. And I don't care if it takes as long as the plane ride takes. Like if I have to be teleported and it takes the exact same amount of time it would take me, to fly, because I can't deal with other people anymore. I can't deal with other people anymore.
It's the people.
It's just
You think the people
like
want to deal with you?
Well, no. The thing that drives you crazy is that it's this whole like that got to be first in line to get on the plane, or it's like they're not going to leave without you. You have a ticket.
Well, you know what it is, Lance, right? It's the overhead baggage bullshit.
Yeah, that's true, Scott.
That's the airlines have created this thing because they charge for baggage, and no one carries their bag. Everybody carries their bags on, and if it gets checked, it gets put in the. You have to wait.
I always
get charged.
I take a backpack, and I pay my $30, and I pay my $30.
Well, you're in the minority.
I do too.
You're in the minority.
I just got offered $700 today voucher to take a later flight. I would have taken it, but I'm so tired.
That's a lot of money.
It is. It started at 5, then it went to 6, then it went to 7.
They just keep cranking it up. Eventually, someone will do it.
Oh, yeah. Whenever I check in and they say, "Would you be willing to take a voucher?" Like a lot of times, or at least they have, and the kiosk will actually have a thing that they'll say, "Well, how much would you accept for it?" And I always just put $1,000 because $1,000. If you're gonna give me $1,000, I'll take a voucher for $1,000.
Doesn't cost them any money, really.
Well, no, and the thing is that the person always laughs when they see it. They're like, "You really think you?" I was like, "No, but if you're, but at some point,
at some point that number mattered.
at some point that maybe that number will make sense. And I was like, yeah, it's like, oh, do you want to get home 6 hours later? You know, we'll give you $150. No, I don't think
Yeah, you
so.
sit in the airport for 6 more hours and oh, we lose Matt.
Yeah, I mean,
You turn off the
so the thing is, I think I did it once and we got like a $500 one, and it was like I had to spend the 3 hours, and I was just like, who cares? I mean, I was heading home,
Yeah.
you know, and it was just kind of like one of those things.
Yeah, if you don't care.
I mean, I can sit in a chair and watch fucking videos on my phone and you know, like put a thumb in my ass and thumb in my mouth and wait for somebody to say switch. You know, but I mean, I absolutely, I detest airports. I detest the fact that it's like, oh, we've got you trapped now. So, oh, you want a shitty dry hamburger? That'll be $20. I'm just like, no, I don't actually. I'll just get a bag of M&Ms. That'll be $5. Just like, God, you guys suck. There's nothing about this.
Well, yeah, I mean,
They-
and they
'cause
barely make
know.
any money. It's crazy.
They just know they got you. They got you.
I mean, the amount of people it takes to run an airport or make a flight happen is astronomical.
Yeah.
And the fact that it costs under $500, or you know, maybe, I guess if you're you can get it under 500. I mean, although that's kind of rare these days. It's just it boggles my mind that they can do it that cheaply. Like, I feel like it should be way more than that.
It should. But people won't pay that.
Well, we have, I think, gotten into a situation where we have it's a service industry, and so we apply the same kind of, you know, expectations, you know, that like, oh, they're like, you know, you guys aren't treating me as well as the Qdoba near my house does, you know, just
The Qdoba.
yeah, just stuff like that. It's just we get that weird mentality. I mean, I hate to use the word entitlement, but I mean, it is just like, I
Well,
don't know. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, there's competition in the airline industry, and you could always just go to a different airline.
It's true.
Yeah, but I think most
Usually.
people, unless they have a thing where they're earning points or whatever, I think most people just like go to like a kayak.com and type in the thing, who's got the cheapest price, and they just, you know,
Yeah.
they, you know, that's the way they roll. At least that's
My
what I
latest
think.
unfortunate problem is my temperature.
Your temperature?
I flew back from the gathering and I fucking shivered the whole time. So that was great.
Yeah.
I asked for a blanket. They're like, we don't have blankets. I'm like, oh, thank you. But they stopped. I mean, I'm sure there was a COVID thing, right?
Yeah.
But then they didn't bring it back or nothing. Like,
Oh, hell no,
well, I
they
mean, COVID it's not over, but technically they could theoretically bring the blankets back because they're in plastic bags anyway.
Well, isn't
realize
that, I
how
mean,
much money they're
If it's
saving.
it's not like they reuse them.
did you see that whole thing though? I mean, everybody's like, "Oh, we got home from Gamma," and there was a glut of people in the industry. I tested positive for COVID, and then there was a bunch of people that got home from Gathering, and there was a glut of those that said, "Oh, I tested positive." You know, just like make sure you test
I wore my
yourself.
mask the whole time.
I mean,
You know, if you don't wear the mask, whatever. I'm not gonna chastise anybody for getting it or not. I mean, it's gonna happen now. It's part of the world.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I'll cast my aspersions.
You do that.
I mean, it's one of those things.
No, I mean,
that,
believe me, I don't want to get it again. It fucking sucked.
well, now
It was the worst sickness I've had in a long time. But yeah, I mean, it's the danger of going to these cons. I'm like, yeah, maybe Gen Con will not be in my book. I don't know. We'll see. A, do I want to shiver for 3.5 hours or whatever the flight is?
Yeah.
B, do I want to get COVID potentially? And C, I don't know what C is, but whatever.
we got what is it? We got Origins coming up, and I'm just kind of like, yay. It's like, I mean, we're maintaining our booth at Origins so we don't lose it. We're just having a 10 by 10. It'll be me and this guy Jerry that works part-time for us, just sitting in the booth all day long. So basically Shane can go there and take meetings, that'll be, and I'll be like,
Don't you sleep on flights, Matt or Lance?
I do, but I mean, sometimes, because I've mastered, I can just go like this. And I'm out. I mean, it's
And
just like one of
the
those things where
beard
it's like,
he
supports the chin.
I put
pulls it up to cover his ears.
I put it
Do you
in
sleep
like,
on planes, Matt? No.
I don't know.
Are you a nervous flyer? Or are you a normal? Like, what do you?
I'm too tall, and my
Look at this guy. So
I'm not that tall, but I'm tall enough that
How
I
tall
can't
are you?
get comfortable, and my neck gets so sore because it's like this or like this or whatever, and it's just. Although I did see this thing on Kickstarter recently. It's called the sleeper hold,
The
it's-
ostrich chair. The ostrich.
no. It's basically this. You strap this thing to the headrest, and then you pull this this like eye cover over your head, and put a pillow behind your head, and it basically keeps your head.
You're strapped in.
You're strapped in, which I think would actually work
Looks
for me.
dangerous. Sounds dangerous.
sounds horrible.
You can get a chiropractic adjustment at the same time. You'd be good to go.
There you go.
I was gonna send Devin I took a photo of it today. There was a chiropractic booth in the airport. I'm like, Evan, you should do this.
Chiropractic booth in the airport. Where? Which airport? Where'd you fly out of?
Minneapolis,
Oh, Minneapolis.
MSP,
Where'd you fly for Cocoa Beach?
into Orlando.
Oh, okay.
Giselle flew
That's a
into
bit of a drive.
Sanford. Pardon?
That's a bit of a drive.
It was an hour. It was like a $90
Cocoa Beach.
fucking
Yeah.
Uber. But
Yeah.
the first guy canceled on me, and I had to wait like half an hour more.
Son of a bitch.
I don't know what that is in the States, man. That doesn't happen here in Canada.
But it's an hour-long Uber, one way.
Yeah.
And then he's got to figure out how to get back, right? Like,
Yeah.
I
Or
could see
pick
a
up
way, not
fares.
like you might not take that
Yeah, maybe not.
ride.
Cocoa Beach was nice. I was there a couple.
Yeah, I had a friend who would be like, anytime he had to go really rural, he was just like, because he wanted to get paid coming back, but that technically wouldn't happen if he's in the sticks doing
Yeah.
it. No one wants Uber out there.
It's the same thing with cabbies. Back
The
in the
what?
day, it was the same thing with cabbies back in the day.
Sure, but I feel it was built into the price. Whereas I don't feel like Uber is built into the price. You know what I mean? Maybe it is.
Yeah, there
I don't
was,
think it is.
There was a charge with the cabs, if I remember right, a time or something. I don't remember. It's been a while.
I'm not looking forward to convention season at all. I guess
Neither am I.
I mean, like I said, the one I said this before, and I know I've broken record, but I mean, if we have a sizable chunk of deluxe Last Light copies to sell at Gen Con, that might make running the booth fun. Just having people coming up and just wanting to hand us money and be able to sell them. That might be fun. But I mean, I don't know, man. It's just so many times. And then plus it's like, dealing with people like that just want to come over and tell you suck. Just like, oh, I had to wait for my game. Oh, well, sorry. I'm glad you got it though. Well, I'm glad you know that I think you suck.
Did you guys ever
We
finish
suck.
up the thing with the
And then we got
Do the
like
thing with the thing.
we got a handful of orders, but other than that, they're all done. And it's just we
Power
finally
through.
got them all out of our screw job fulfillment company, and yeah.
Did you saw Fun Again shut down, right?
Yeah, we talked about
Yeah,
that.
we talked a couple weeks
Oh, we
ago.
talked about it.
Yeah.
Months ago,
It's
Scott.
all blending
A
together.
while ago.
It's not been that long.
It's been about a month.
Yeah, I guess it's been about a month.
Yeah.
I mean,
Maybe my days are funny too, Scott. Yeah, they blend.
yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where it's I don't they still? I mean, they're still going to have their stores fun again. Like they're going to
Yeah.
have
Oh, yeah, that's physical stores.
Yeah, in
But no
Washington.
online.
or-
Actually,
no
is their website
online
still
and
going?
no fulfillment.
no fulfillment, no online stuff, no warehousing.
Oh. Looks like it's
Yeah.
shut down. I mean, it's there, but
But
nothing.
this-
There's nothing on it. It's empty.
I feel bad for the employees, and that sucks that a lot of them are going to be looking for a job now. So
Yeah. What?
Have you
That
heard of
stinks.
this company called hold on, I'll tell you. What is the name of it?
I don't know.
Yes.
Board Game Geek? Yes, I've heard of them.
Sorry.
I get grievous with Board Game Geek too.
Full right, fulfill right.
Yes, I have heard of them. I don't know why. but-
Apparently it's pretty awesome. According to someone who I know or who does Kickstarters.
Mhm.
Mm.
couldn't tell you.
Oh, you're doing fulfillment now? What's in it for the next stuff thing?
What do you mean, like
Quartermaster?
Well, nah, Shane will never use Quartermaster. We're actually going to do it all ourselves.
Oh. Ooh.
I mean, it's one of those things where we can do it cheaper, and then we got nobody to blame but us. We just,
Yeah, exactly.
it's one of those things where it has gotten to a point where like you can't find one that does it well. You can't. I mean,
Fulfill right.
you know what? I mean, for everybody who says, "Oh, they're amazing," as soon as they have too many orders, too many people say they're amazing, and they bite off too much they can chew. All of a sudden, they're like, "Oh yeah, sorry, it's going to be
Too many orders.
Well, it's okay. So I mean, and I'm not saying Fulfill Right might be the best goddamn thing that'll ever.
Oh, I don't know. I
exist
mean,
in-
I'm just saying, like, I'm just like, how do you, like, how many orders is too many? I guess if they keep taking more business, right? They overwhelm themselves. Maybe.
Well, yeah, that's what happens. They all of these companies, including Quartermaster, just overwhelm themselves with these orders. They just and all of a sudden it's like, oh, it's like you've been, somebody who's like, yeah, well, I mean, take your pick. How many people have like, yeah, my stuff's been sitting at Quartermaster for 3.5 weeks, but we're in the queue to have stuff shipped, but they haven't gotten to us yet, and then you got people that are pissed off that are like, you mean to tell me my shit's been sitting in a warehouse for a month and I don't have my game, the game that I gave you $175 2 years ago, and I can't get it? Can I go to Quartermaster and pick it up directly? No, you can't. Well, that's fucking bullshit. I live an hour away from that place. I should be able to drive over there and get my shit right now. This is stupid. This is fucking stupid. Why'd you go with them? I'm never back another thing that you ever
It's
have
interesting how it
again.
just-
I hope your dog dies. Go to hell. Just like, oh, sorry.
Have you actually had that happen?
That people say things like that to me in
Yeah.
emails? Yeah, all the time.
Really? Wow. Man, I would.
Is
never
it
say-
is it an aberration? Absolutely. It is.
I mean, I guess it's the. Yeah, I mean, we always focus on the negative, right?
Well, yeah, you can.
It takes
you can,
one. You have 100 good ones and then one bad, and that's all you care about.
Well, you have 50 people say, "Hey, thanks a lot. I really appreciate it," which is cool. But I mean, when you have one person like saying, just like, "Go to hell. I hope you die soon." You're like, you're just like, okay.
Here's the thing, dude. You know what's gonna happen? And I can't wait. AI is gonna take over all that shit. So you can basically put your AI bot on it and never have to deal with the people again. Yeah,
But
and
that
that's
won't
100% going to happen.
Well, maybe it will, but I mean, it's so
Guarantee it.
far away.
I guarantee it. You think people want to be paid? The companies don't want to pay anyway. Like, I mean, you're spending time answering emails. Like, that's the job. Like what happened to the fun of being in the board game industry? When you're on customer service emails, like, what am I doing? Believe me, we got to deal with the same problem. We got tons of emails. We got to figure it out.
So
Now you might have special cases, like the AI might trigger some off keywords and stuff.
So one of the things that made me laugh recently,
I watched the AI Google thing today. It was pretty interesting.
Oh
about
yeah, I
It's
saw
coming
that.
in a big fucking way. I mean, as if it isn't already.
somebody posted a link or whatever to a thing that the Antique Roadshow, and it was
Yeah.
Pokemon cards.
Oh,
It's
Oh, I
yeah.
just
saw that.
like-
What was the deal with that?
No, just somebody had a Pokemon card
Original
collection
set?
from like the 80s or whatever, and it's Antique Roadshow, baby.
It wasn't in the 80s.
Probably 90s, early 90s.
No, it wasn't in the 90s even. Wasn't in 2000s.
I think Pokemon cards, like the Japanese cards, have been around.
Oh,
forever.
maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. How much was it worth?
I don't know. I saw the clip, and I was
There,
just
someone
like,
brought in a full Magic set one time, and it was like, I think it was like, I forget the price, but it was probably underpriced at the time.
my boss Shane had a guy that basically
Pokemon came out in the 90s.
when
Thank you, Kabuki Kid.
when
We
when
don't know if
Shane-
it's right. We're just going.
when Shane before Shane ran a board game company and everything else that he does, before he did that, and before like he was part of the group that started Cool Stuff, like he was a big buyer and seller and trader of Magic cards, just making money, doing his thing.
Yeah.
And then one of the things that excuse me, one of the things that he did was he made a lot of connections. And then like a year or so ago, somebody basically approached him and said, oh, look at these like mint or near mint, original Magic the Gathering set, because he had been friends, and he's just like, make a deal. And I'm not going to divulge anything, but I mean, like, yeah, that was something he was working on forever. He actually, I think I might have told this story. He actually, he flew to the place where you drop off the cards to have them rated, to get their rating, whether it's at a 9.6 or whatever, and like,
Rating.
and then handed them to them because he did not, because at that point, because they don't have a rating at that point, right? So as soon as he had a rating, he's like, yeah, I'll ship it wherever. I don't care, because at that point I can insure it, and it's a card, it's a whatever, it's a 9.8 something or other card, and I shipped it to this place, and it got lost or got stolen or something. Well, that card is worth 18 grand. Well, then pay me my 18 grand. Just because I insured it,
Right.
You lost it. But he flew him there. Like basically kept him on his person the entire time before he dropped him off, which I thought was like, that's crazy. But makes sense. Make complete sense. Just to avoid the possibility of something bad happening. I don't know. Everybody always thinks, oh, if I could just find that stuff in my parents' basement, I'm sure it's worth millions. No, it's not, because you played with it, and you bent it, and you read it, and you messed with it, and you spilled shit on it. It's not worth anything now. It's like you got to be like that person that like bought the book and put it on a shelf somewhere in a room that never had any sunlight in it ever, and was kept at 70 degrees forever. And then you stumbled upon it like the Lost Ark of the Covenant, and then you're like, oh wow, look at this first edition AD Dungeons and Dragons manual. Then it's worth something. But that one that you fucking wrote your name on the inside cover and everything else, you can probably sell it for like $60. At that point, you're better off just keeping it. So after your dust, your grandkids can sell it, because then it'll be worth $120. So feeling grouchy.
You think?
Ah,
The fuck?
my
Anybody
son.
play a game? What the fuck?
No,
With this grudgy shit.
my son wants his friends to come over on Friday night, and he wants me to run them through D&D. So I'm gonna play.
They're all gonna be playing Zelda.
I'm gonna be playing D&D Friday night with a bunch of
How old is your
11-year-old
son?
kids.
11.
11.
Awesome.
Yeah, it'll drive me crazy, I'm sure. No, you can't do that.
I'll do whatever they want.
Yeah, really.
Oh, I will not be running ED&D. I will probably just run 5th edition because I think that's the one that's what they play when they play.
What's
themselves.
ED&D?
ED&D is my and my friends' personal version of D&D that we
What does
created.
the E stand for?
Enhanced.
Oh,
Oh,
That we created when we were like 15 years old, and it has gone through about 8 revisions. And that's probably more like 18 revisions.
you're written it all down?
Oh
Or
yeah,
is it memory?
we wrote it all down. We got several. Here, hold on a second.
Someone stole a $10,000 comic book this past week at a con.
really?
What comic?
Mhm.
AF number 15. What is AF?
I don't know what it is.
Amazing Fantasy.
There you go.
Oh,
Oh, wow. How about
ED&D.
that? We're lying.
Yeah. So
Version 1.0.
someone stole a 10K comic book this past week at a con. Yeah, well,
What con? Comic Con?
I think that was this week, was it?
When is
That's
Comic
what-
Con?
That's usually in the
Comic-Con's later,
summer, ain't it? Yeah, or the
Yeah.
fall.
that sucks.
How they steal
Amazing
it?
Fantasy 15 is the first appearance of Spider-Man.
How did they steal it? I'm curious now about this
Yeah,
heist.
this heist.
Let's see here. Mysterious caller promises to return missing rare Spider-Man. What does this say here? I'm pulling this up. Rick Whitelock received a mysterious phone call from a block number money. The man on the other end couldn't reveal his name or location, but claimed to have something Whitelock said to be sick over days. A box of missing comic books valuable. This is not good. This is the wrong article.
Long article, Lynch.
Yeah, I hate when you pull that stuff. That's like an old.
What convention?
Here we go. $15,000 comic of Amazing Fantasy number 15 is the first appearance of Spider-Man. A rare Spider-Man comic valued at 15 grand has been stolen from a home in Lincoln, Nebraska. Lincoln Journal Star reports comic Amazing is the first appearance of Spider-Man sold for 12 cents in 1962.
Only Grandpa knew.
Christian Science Monitor. First one.
Yeah, that's the first. That's what I have. That's not the right one either. I don't know. Who cares?
That's not it.
That's not it either. That's an older
Apparently,
one.
it's very common.
Yeah, well,
MegaCon. They're saying MegaCon.
Oh, MegaCon.
MegaCon comic book theft.
A $20,000 comic book stolen.
Yeah, I got the same.
Get the numbers right.
Yeah, 20,000. Scumbag strike again.
Scumbag strike again.
Yeah, how would you put a $22,000 comic book on display at a convention? Like,
It's
think
got to
you
be
would
on the
probably-
glass at least. Yeah, I mean,
something weird there.
Well, I mean, and don't get me wrong.
an
I'm not.
inside
I'm
job.
not. I am certainly not trying to say anything. But if that isn't insured, you're an
I'm
idiot.
sure it is.
And so, and I'm not saying it in
Wow.
such a way that like the guy, I'm sure he's like kind of just pissed off that it got stolen and it should never have been stolen in the first place. However, like it isn't
Yeah,
like
He's diagramming.
and I read something the other day. So like if because I was reading an article about there was a in Minnesota, or I don't know, maybe it wasn't Minnesota, but if you Google this, somebody like over a year ago, these two guys broke down the wall or cut a hole in the wall between like one business and a like a comic book slash game store, and
Sounds like a movie.
stole $150,000 worth of Pokemon cards
Oh, wow.
from the place. And they like they finally caught him like over a year later. And I was reading the article, and like the comic book store or whatever had been reimbursed already by their insurance company, and like now that they caught the guys, the insurance company is going after this. They're basically, where are the cards? Because technically speaking,
It's theirs. Yeah.
it's theirs. Yeah, I never even put but that makes complete sense, right? If the insurance company pays you for stolen goods, if the stolen goods show up at some point, they become the insurance company. I mean, I was like, that makes sense. I never even thought about that.
It's the way business works. Nice.
Yeah,
It is a shock. It was a shockingly chill setup for $20,000 comics. I would think there would be a more protection there. I mean, he sort of had himself barricaded in there, but like, not
Did
that
he
well.
say how it happened? Just basically.
Yeah, I mean, there's a video of it if you want to watch it. Like, just I can.
Yeah, but I mean, did you? I'm guessing you got the gist of it. Did he say exactly?
I mean,
what
I
happened?
only watched it for like a split second.
Yeah.
You want to put the video up? We can do something.
Nah, it's not the big a deal.
Not worth
It's
it.
kind of. I'm sure it was they had a plan, just like that year at Essen, whatever, 2019, when everybody
Oh,
had a plan.
those were real criminals. That was like a circuit.
Like, yeah, I mean,
Okay.
like distract the person, get the
Yeah,
money.
they had a
Yeah.
bunch of ways they did it.
Yeah, there's always somebody out there.
Yeah. No. I mean, sucks that people suck, but
Does it?
people are a-holes, and they will always be a-holes.
Not all.
That's like one of the things too, where everybody's always talking about, like, not to like go to role-playing games again, but everybody's always like, "Mer," you know, it's like, oh, these people are jerks, or these people are jerks. No, I mean, well, it's like, it isn't like the whole group are jerks. It's just like the idea, like, that you know, capitalism isn't necessarily evil. It's just when you put humans into it, like the human shittiness makes capitalism awful. Just like, you know, the human shittiness makes socialism awful, or the human shittiness makes the banking industry awful. You know, things like that. You know, and it's just, yeah, I don't know. I just never go broke. You'll never go broke with dealing with relying on the jerkness of people, because they'll always be jerks. It's just because people just seek their own level or something. I don't know.
I hate to be in your world. It's just lonely and bitter.
I'm not bitter. It's just a realization, I guess, would be
A realization.
that I tend to not. I don't know. So, but I don't know. Barry brought up something very, very important a little bit. Did anybody play any games recently? Let's talk about something happy. Matt, have you played any new games? Played any old games? Played anything?
Not in the last month.
Month.
You're killing me, Matt.
Killing. I actually played a couple older games.
Who asked you?
Lords of Vegas. Played it a couple times. It's been a while since I pulled that one out. The Hunger.
The Hunger.
Yeah. Yeah, me and Jeb played it too. And then I played Battlestar Galactica, a solo version of it. The fantasy, it's an official version from Fantasy Flight. It's pretty interesting. The suspense wasn't there. But it was. Now that I think of it, it's kind of like tower defense in a way, and I don't really like tower defense, but it was interesting.
Which one? What was that?
Battlestar Galactica.
Tower defense.
Fantasy Flight has a solo variant for it, and it turns into like a sort of like a tower
You're
defense.
just fighting the Cylons.
Yeah, it's you have like one character, and then you have a secondary one that you can only use their once a game ability, and they allow you to draw one card of a different color than what you have on your main character's thing. And then this character has a deck where if a heavy raider symbol comes up on one of the event cards, you flip it and it says whether it's a sideliner or not. If it's a sideline, you just lose it for the rest of the game, But you're basically just trying to get to Earth, leap and
So they're just using the cards that were in that game just to make a separate game.
it's just a solo variant of the game. Everything else is
Right.
there.
But it's
Yeah.
really?
Yeah, everything is there. It's just you don't use all the characters. You're just using these two.
Interesting. So you just have to go through the events and try to beat them
Get the Earth
on your own.
Yeah.
Okay.
I only did it once. I'm gonna try it again. I lost because I went down on it was fuel.
Went down on who?
Went down on fuel or food. I can't remember one of them. It was not
Alright.
Lance. I did not go down on him. Yeah, it was pretty interesting though.
I played
I,
Runebound third edition again.
What was that? What third edition?
Runebound third edition. It's really a shame that game is out of print. It's a good game.
I mean, I'm trying to remember.
I mean, it's Runebound. I mean, it's it's been around for like 15 years or maybe even longer. I
No,
think it came out in 2005.
was that a Fantasy Flight game?
Yeah, it was a Fantasy Flight third edition. It was the Pogs. They made everything into Pogs.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I got rid of that one.
Pogs, but chips,
Yeah.
like flips, like you would flip the tokens.
I got rid of that game. Yeah.
And
Okay.
I acquired the cooperative edition. Runebound, the original game, came out in 2004. That'd be 19 years ago. Anyway, the third edition has a cooperative. It had a expansion, I think not widely known, where it makes the game cooperative. And we played that this weekend. And I thought it was great. Unfortunately, it did take a while. It was a long game, which cut into my station fall game. So I wish I should have tried to make everybody play faster, but we did not get through it.
Fuck's sake.
And I played a game called Glitch Squad. Have you guys heard of it? You've probably not heard of this.
No.
Glitch Squad is like another word game, Lance, where you basically try to get your partner to say a word, and you write down 3 clues, and then it gets intercepted by the next player over, and they can glitch one of the words and change it. It's quite fascinating, actually.
You'll never go broke making word games.
Or word party games. It's
Yeah.
not a party game. It's more. It's definitely like a strategy. I mean, it took longer than we thought it would take. It was quite interesting. And then everybody's got a secret word they have to figure out. So every time you get a glitch right or a clue right, you would reveal one letter from your word. So it's sort of like you see, once you get past the 4th letter, you pretty much know it. But it's kind of interesting. I like that. It was really fun to come up with clues that made, where no matter what you glitched, I would still get it. Would still be, the other player would know it. So it's pretty neat.
I wish I'd been playing games. I'll say this.
Being bitter.
Oh,
No.
Grumps.
Go ahead.
I played that D&D escape room game. It's not good.
Yeah, I didn't.
Bedlam in Neverwinter. It's not good. Sucks because I want it to be good. Put a lot
Yeah,
of work
games
into it.
being good is better than games being bad.
I just wish I'm like, it's D&D, like it's frustrating. Like such a great license.
Well, it certainly can be.
It's just dumbed down. Escape room type game. I mean, but you kind of have to do that though, right? Like you're not gonna be if you make it too hard, no one's gonna like it.
Yeah.
And if you make it too easy, maybe people will like it. I don't know. Like it's a target. I'm not sure.
It's
It's a challenging thing, right?
Aren't most of them a one and done game though? I mean,
They are, yeah. It's an escape room game. You go
Yeah.
through, and it's an interesting idea, right? You fight you fight monsters, and you actually have battles and combat stuff. It just goes around in, you know, like a circle. There's no GM or anything. It just
Yeah.
fights you. But there's an escape room underneath it, which is the most basic of escape rooms like ever. Anyway. All right. What were you saying, Lance?
Well, no, so I been really kind of just searching for another video game to play because I just haven't had anything that's been like my jam. I'll play Fortnite with my son, you know, and stuff like that. But I mean, I haven't found something just to.
Oh, I forgot. I've got a video game to tell you about. Do you want me to hear? I mean, I don't want to dominate your conversation there, but
Well, I was gonna say, so like I was screwing around on Steam looking for something to play, and then I pulled up my my GOG account, Great Old Games. I pulled up my GOG account and I saw that they had all of the old Baldur's Gate and
Neverwinter Nights.
Not Neverwinter Nights. I can't think of the other
Icewind Dale.
Icewind Dales. Yeah, they had all that with all the DLC, and they were super cheap. It was like $20 to get it all. And I was like, I'll pay $20 for that. It's no big deal. So I got it and like, you know, downloaded like the Baldur's Gate one
Play
and
for
started
5
playing.
minutes.
Well, yeah, and I played it for like an hour, you know, and then I was just kind of like, this takes so long to do anything. It's just like,
Turn based.
When I was younger and I felt like I had all the time in the world, I would play this. But now I feel like, you know, it's just
weird,
draining my soul to play this.
Like anything longer than 5 minutes, just like, ugh.
Really?
All right.
I don't mind. I don't mind games that are like an open world game. Like I mean, like I said, I mean,
You played Elden Ring.
Well, I played hundreds of hours of Elden Ring and loved it. Loved every second of it. And I need another Elden Ring or something. I don't know. But what are you gonna do?
What you gonna do?
All right. Let me tell you about this game.
Okay.
It's called Shadows of Doubt.
Okay.
It's a procedurally generated detective noir mystery. So every time you play it, you get a different murder mystery. Now, and I think there's more to it. I haven't like dug in past the first murder. But it starts you out, and the whole world is procedurally generated, including all the plot and all the characters and all the motives.
AI.
All the it's not AI, it's just procedural. Like it's just, you know, it's always the same no matter what, but like and then it puts like it's quite interesting. Like you stumble upon email that tells like killer, like you see the there's all these like plots that at least the one I've seen is like a quite interesting plot between some guy working at a biotech firm, like making drugs, and then they hire these killers, and you actually go to their apartment. Like it's part of the game. You can confront them and you can actually arrest them. But you have to, at the end of the day, you fill out a police report. It says like who was the killer and who, like how did they get, what was the murder weapon, and have you arrested them? And it's all this. It's really it's really cool. I mean, it's a little fragile. Like it has some interest. Like you don't. It's not perfect. Like I kind of got stuck into it one time. I just kept dying.
Bug?
Not a bug, but like I kept going into a place where I probably shouldn't have been. Maybe that was my fault.
Yeah.
I think I stumbled upon the evil lair, the drug dealer's den or something. I mean, but it was like all AI generated. Or not AI generated, just procedural. And like, so I reloaded or start a new game, and it was like completely different.
You couldn't get back.
And there's all kinds of things. And there was also these AI, I keep saying AI, it's not AI. Procedurally generated mission. It says so you get this, you go to the bulletin board and it says the job pays $500, and it's like public humiliation. Like what? So you call the phone call, And then the guy's like, "You calling about the public humiliation?" And like, "Yeah." He goes, "Go to this phone booth in 5 minutes and receive a call." So you run it across the world and you go in the phone booth and the phone rings. Like, "Oh, awesome." Answer it. It's like, "Here's the target." Send you a picture or a name. They give you a name. And then they say, "Take the briefcase that's nearby and use it to like do your public humiliation." Apparently you have to throw food in someone's face and take a picture of them. Like, what? Like, that's the public humiliation, throwing food at someone. Anyway, so I was just, and you have to like go through and you have to find the person. Like, it's an investigation game, right? You're trying to find stuff. And there's a public directory and there's like email servers and all kinds of interesting things. So it was really cool. I spent a few hours on it. And it's an interesting, like, it's kind of like Minecraft, but a little more detailed than Minecraft. It's a little more formed pixels.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, Shadows of Doubt.
Shadows of Doubt. I pulled it up on the old Steam.
Oh yeah, check it out on Steam. Is it getting? I think I got it like right when it came out. So has it got ratings yet? As soon as I saw it, I was like, immersive sandbox detective stealth game set in a fully simulated sci-fi noir city of crime and corruption. It says, think like a private investigator and take on jobs to earn cash on your path to catching a serial killer.
Here's the thing. It says early access review posted on May 4th. So I get a call about a murder. Finish my coffee and donuts at Shauna's, the best place to eat. Head over straight away, beat the enforcers to the crime scene. It's a small apartment. The Vic is lying in a corner, small caliber bullet holes in her, maybe 8mm. Check the place for prints. Sure enough, I find hers. And then I spot the other print. Easy case, I think. Then I spot a second print on the sofa. The kettle, the phone. Either I found the handsiest killer in the Forks, or there's two people living here. Sure enough, quick search tells me there is, or was, two people living here. Check the phone. Kind of goes through this whole thing.
Yeah, that's the game.
Yeah, I search a revolver, emulator, box of ammo, damn murder weapon. I didn't even have the cuffs on me, so I had to hot-foot it to City Hall while stuffing bandages in the bullet holes to get back before she woke up. When I handed in the forms, there was still a nagging doubt. Had I missed something after all? But no, she had the weapon. Nobody else had been in the room. Fingerprints were at the scene. Yeah, seems interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll wait till it gets out of early access.
Yeah, it's fragile. It's not, I don't think there's bugs in it or anything, but like, yeah, there was kind of some weird stuff. Like, and all the vents, it has a vent system, like air vents.
Oh,
To
Okay.
like when because every apartment you go in, like there's a chance of the cops showing up, which the cops are robots and they're super deadly, and you just die. Like if you're caught in the wrong place, you get arrested and go to the hospital and you take all your money and all kinds of stuff. So it's like you go into the vent system and the vents is all generated as well. So it's like sometimes it doesn't make sense. Like I want to love it, but it's this like annoying. You get lost in the vents forever trying to get out of the room. But you can actually like drop into someone's apartment and they're like sleeping in the bed. And it just feels really creepy. Like, oh shit, I just came in your bedroom and you're asleep. Let me sneak out of your room. And then the door is locked, of course. So you have to find the key. So you start turning the lights on and they wake up and they come get you. They're like punching you. It's great.
I feel my standard practice of kicking in the door of every crime scene, beating the station cops unconscious, handcuffing their bodies, investigating, then turning the entire crime scene over for valuables to pawn at the local pawn shop might make me a morally dubious detective, but I get pretty good results about 75% of the time. That bought me a 17th floor penthouse that was at least partially funded by legitimate means.
Yeah, I guess that's one way you can play it.
so
Well,
I came home
neat.
to having a game in the mail that arrived.
Ooh, what game?
Ooh.
Distilled.
Oh yeah, they shipped it. That's
Yeah,
cool.
so
That's
we're working on his next one, Luthier.
uh,
So he sent me Distilled to play. So I'm looking
Cool.
forward to playing that. It's a nice box. I haven't opened it
Yeah.
up yet, but
Yeah.
it looks pretty nice.
Oh, I got the Deep Space Galactic. Kickstarter came in? Do you guys know
What
that
is-
game?
what is that? No.
It's like
Nope.
mining dwarves.
Yeah,
Space.
Okay.
I've not looked at the game yet, but it just came in. Kickstarters just start showing up again. It's been a while.
Yeah. Do you remember what you're getting? No. So it's like Christmas every day, Scott.
That's what I say. Every day's like Christmas.
I am I am almost completely caught up on all my. I haven't backed anything new on Kickstarter really, except for like books. But I mean, I don't think I have any. I only have like 1 or 2 board games on Kickstarter.
Oh, are you guys following the
Oh, the Mythic
is it Mythic? No, not Mythic. Is it Mythic?
Games with they're asking for more money and everything.
Yeah, I lost track of who the company was. It was
That's just that's
oh
just
for Rainbow, not the Rainbow Siege 6. Is that Mythic?
yeah, that's Mythic.
6 Siege.
They're
Mythic,
in
yeah.
they're
Yeah, I
in
wonder what's
a,
going on. I mean, they had a lot of Kickstarters.
they also employed a ton of people, and they had a lot of. I mean, I don't want to guess. You know, it's like
Yeah,
one of
I'd
those
be
things
curious
where
what
it's
happened.
like, well, no, I mean, just the pandemic happened.
Yeah.
The pandemic
but-
happened to a lot of people, and like when you all of a sudden everything costs more than it was supposed to cost, and everything took longer to get to you than it was supposed to take, and there's a lot of people that just, and now they're probably down to the skeleton crew, and they're probably trying to do whatever they can
mean,
to get these things out.
When did that Kickstarter happen though? Wasn't it like in 2021?
Yeah, I mean,
Was the pandemic in full effect then? I mean, kind of, right?
Yeah, kind of. Well, there's a
But,
rash of them Kickstarters during the pandemic.
I don't know.
Actually, Lance, you launched one during the pandemic, didn't you?
what do you mean?
Again,
Well, I mean, if you do a Kickstarter during the pandemic and you were in the throes of shipping problems, like, I don't know. Who knows?
hmm.
I don't know what to say.
I don't know what to say either.
People are pissed though.
Yeah, I mean, they gave them X amount of money, and now they're saying if you want it,
Yeah, I did a late pledge on that one, and I don't think I ever got whatever email got sent out did not ever make it to me. So, I don't know. I mean, I think they're asking for like a couple
a
hundred
lot.
bucks. Yeah, I was
Oh,
like,
it is a lot.
that's like a lot. Yeah, I was just kind of a little bit surprised. A little bit surprised on the price.
Yeah. I mean, it's and it's just one of those things where it's like, I mean, it sucks because they employed a ton of people, and
Yeah.
I know a lot of people that work for them, and
Yeah, they acquired my friend, Mike, is that
yeah, I know, Mike.
brought a blank on the name of that game.
They acquired his game,
Uh,
and now they're probably not going to do anything with it.
I don't know. Not sure.
Well, I mean, the good thing is you'll probably get it back then.
No, it's gone. It's done deal. They acquired it. All everything.
Oh, like he gave
Fire
up
Team
all,
Fire Team Zero is what the name of his game.
so he gave
Yeah.
up all of his rights to it then.
Yeah. Sold it. This
Well-
ranked pretty good. 1,500. That's not bad. I mean, it's a good game. I liked it.
I have to think though that like if a company owned the stuff, owned whatever, right, and then they would probably just try to sell that stuff up to like make money if they weren't going to make anything more with it. Okay, I mean that's what I do. I mean, like if you were going to publish anything, try to find somebody that'd be willing to, take it off your hands, and then because then you'd like theoretically, have something to show for all your time and effort. Yeah, I don't know. It's sort of, I mean, board game publishing is super tough. It is tough, and it is nerve-wracking, and you can't, it isn't like a lot of things where like you can have your you have that thing that'll just continue earning you money kind of thing, right? It's just like, it's one of those things where you have lots of situations where, like, if you're constantly churning out the content, if you're not constantly churning out something new and exciting for people, like, you will wither up and die in the vine, and people will move on. They will find something else. And I've said,
Unless it's an evergreen. I mean, like,
well, yeah, I mean, like, yeah,
Wingspan or.
but those are unicorns. I mean,
Sure.
yeah, I mean,
Hmm.
those aren't
You
really
think
sitting out
Wingspan's
there.
an evergreen?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Well, I mean, everything eventually, like, you can't sell anymore. Like, I mean, it's just because everybody who wants it has it.
It's
I
eventually.
didn't think it was that popular.
Unless it goes away for 10 years and then catches fire again somehow.
Yeah.
The new crowd.
I didn't think Wingspan was that popular. Like, I knew Stegmeier's got his own crowd and all, but
Wingspan's transcended. I mean, it's a
Is it?
mainstream game. Yeah.
I don't see it. But okay.
You don't think so? You don't think it's.
I played it once with the expansion, didn't even know how the base
Right.
rules worked.
But you
I
have to
figured
think
it out.
people-
I
Yeah,
mean,
sure.
all they explained was the expansion to me. I figured the game out. Like I said, and I'm a stoner, Scott.
Wait, I mean, sorry,
Mhm.
you didn't figure it out, or you did figure it out?
I did. That's what I'm saying. I came in. I think it was a 5-player game. I came out of 3 out of 5. So I mean, it's like.
It's like,
I mean, I'm just saying, you don't understand why it's popular?
Yeah, I don't.
Oh, okay.
I don't.
No, it's just, it's a great theme, and it's a easily accessible game, and
Yeah, I guess.
it looks great, and it's pretty fun.
and you can win as long as you do X.
Yeah. Well, with the expansion, not necessarily. Yeah, that's what I mean. If the expansion, if I didn't get it with the expansion, I don't think the base game, to me, But like, people are
Yeah,
different with the gaming,
Can't argue with I mean, he posted up how much he sold.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm not arguing. I just didn't think it was as big as you're saying it is. I'm really out of touch with the board game industry, Scott. Yeah.
Well, I mean, no one really knows what is, there's a lot of secrets in the board game industry. Like,
That's true.
we don't know really what's being sold. I mean, you have Stonemaier posts up his news, right? He does like
that weekly thing.
a weekly or a yearly recap. Let me see if I can find it.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I like Jamie. He's a pretty cool guy.
Yeah, he calls it the stakeholder report.
Yeah.
I didn't think he was a public company. 20 million in revenue. 4 full-time employees, 2 part-time employees, 4 contractors, 100 independent contractor, 100 plus, and 25 shareholders.
Oh, we did go public.
He sold 544,000 copies of Scythe. That's a lot of fucking Scythe. This might be all time, by the way.
Well, yeah, Scythe I knew was pretty big.
Lifetime. This is lifetime.
Yeah, lifetime. I knew that was pretty big.
Wingspan.
20 million
sold
lifetime or 20 million?
1.69 million.
What was that? 1 point?
Lifetime.
1.7
1.7 million.
Wow.
That's,
Of what?
that's a lot of copies.
I didn't think it was that big. Wingspan.
1.7 million copies of Wingspan?
Lifetime. Yeah, I mean, they made 27 million, 25 million dollars, or $20 million in revenue last year. That's a lot of games.
Yeah.
It is
Oh yeah, it
like-
is. It is. Yeah, it is. So 1.7. What other than a Kickstarter? Well, was that a Kickstarter?
Well, they stopped using Kickstarter.
Yeah, but
Scythe was
that
their last Kickstarter, wasn't it?
was it. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to think.
No, this is not. None of this is Kickstarter.
So what other board game did 1.7 million in the
Million.
last 10 years? I guess. No, it can't be that. What is it, 5 years? Wingspan.
Wingspan's been out for. It was pre-pandemic. 2019 is when Wingspan came out. That would be 4 years now,
4 years.
and it probably grows because it's one of those games that's everywhere.
Yeah.
I guess last year was a drop in sales for them, which is post-pandemic.
Yeah.
Pandemic's over, but
Everybody's
less people, people are going back to not playing board games anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
People that were playing board games because they had to stay home and not go to the movie theater or go to the whatever concerts or travel.
Who wants to go to a movie theater anymore?
Nah.
That's another problem with my cold. I can't bring a blanket.
Why not?
I mean, I guess I could.
I see people bring blankets into the movie theater all the time.
Yeah.
Well, you live in Minnesota.
My sister does it all the time.
Or
Hey,
you live in North Dakota.
Where's my
South
link?
Dakota.
Where's my link for the cool light thing, man? You haven't sent that link over.
Oh my god.
I'll be right back. I gotta use the restroom. Be right back.
When I go to Florida with my sister, she takes a purse with her everywhere. And inside, she's got like 2 of these shawl things that wraps over a blanket, 3 sweatshirts. Yeah.
Sure.
So I'm sure you could take a blanket into the movie theater with you, Scott.
I know. I just feel weird about bringing a blanket in the movie theater.
Bye, Grandpa. It could be worse. You could bring other things to the movie theater, like Chinese food or hoagie or something. Yeah,
Hoagies, grinder.
I've been at the theaters where they brought like hoagies and shit in. Have dinner while they're watching the movie. I've had a
Where's
rash of.
Evan? Where's Evan?
He wanted to come
Almost
on last
midnight.
week,
Or
but
it's
he
11:15.
Isn't it his game night?
Yeah, it's his game night.
I thought, yeah. Maybe while I'm at BGG Spring, I'll try his game. We'll see. After the Empire. Never played that one.
Sorry, I haven't been very chatty.
Sure.
You go away for 3 weeks and shit has to get done at the end when you get back.
You got a lot of work
I
to come
know.
back to. You
Pardon me?
got a lot of work to do. Come back.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've had a couple bird attacks, but I was talking to my neighbor. He's got it on film. He's playing around with one of his trees out front. Bird came on and clipped him in the head. And then my other neighbor over here was working on a car. Bird came out, and clipped him in the back. I always bent over and working on the breeze. I was like, "What the hell are you people doing to these birds over there?" Just big old rampage.
Let's
So
see.
Barry,
Did you guys see the Golden Geek Awards?
I did. None of my games won.
Oh, what was nominated? Do you know?
Wonderland's War for the most part.
Which one?
Wonderland's,
Wonderland's
War.
War. Runners up, man. Wonderland's War.
All 4 categories it was in.
I was pulling for it would pull at least one.
Or
Yeah.
But Heat is too strong, man. Heat, it's a monster.
The Heat was on fire.
It was, yeah, it was really.
I
mean, it's a,
yeah.
what can you do? I mean, I think also another
Well,
problem,
you
it's not a
actually
problem
can
with
do
wireless
something.
war, but may have limited its voting is it's not available,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
It's not
true.
like you can't just go. I mean, Heat was also not available until recently. And I don't even know if it's still available now. They sold out almost instantly of Heat. So,
Yeah, I knew that was doing pretty
but
well.
I suspect they probably printed more copies than Wonderlands War. So it kind of turns into a little bit of a numbers game at that point. I mean, they're both great.
I had a question for you. Did you ever think about how you have like the hotness? Did you ever think
Yes.
of like doing like the steadfast, like something that's been around for a little bit, like a year?
Yeah, we wanted to do a Hall of Fame. In fact, that's probably another project I need to take on. I mean, we got a lot of things going on, man. I got shit going on.
I don't want to hear that. You got minions.
Sure, but
I'm no. I'm messing
eventually,
with
with everybody's busy, man.
you. I'm messing with you.
Everybody's busy.
Hey Barry, did you hear Kevin Smith has given up weed?
Yes, I did. I
Why?
don't know why, but
So I watched a half an hour video. I posted it. It was a really good video. He went to a mental health facility in Tucson or something, and he was like having a breakdown because he said that he was like from childhood trauma. I guess he was using weed as
Medicating.
as as a crutch kind of thing, and he
Like
kept putting these
self-medicating, yeah.
band-aids on the trauma that he was suffering. And he the way he pronounced it, the way he says it, he created this other persona, like the other guy, he calls him, basically the guy that is always on and performs and like, hey, I can do that. And the Kevin Smith that we usually see.
yeah.
And it got to
Yeah, I
the
was
point
wondering
where
if that was his real persona.
it got to the point where the other guy was like 100% of the time, and he just he burnt out. And it was amazing to see, because he was a huge stoner, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then he was on the high times and everything, and then now he's just like, yep, done.
But
So I mean, he had a
So-
heart attack. He had a huge heart attack the last couple of years, right?
Yeah.
well, I know he lost a bunch of weight.
Because of
Yeah,
a
because
heart
he had a heart
yeah,
attack.
okay.
He went vegetarian or vegan, I think.
One of them,
Okay.
He went vegan, but he hates vegetables.
yeah. Yeah.
Well, you can be vegan with it.
Nowadays,
Not,
you
I mean,
yeah.
there's I
Fake
guess I know a vegetarian who doesn't eat any vegetables.
Well, there's like Impossible burgers and shit like that, right? So
No, it's more than that, but whatever.
Yeah.
yeah. But anyways,
Yeah. Willie Nelson quit too. Well, he had medical reasons, I think. He quit recently. yeah.
Vegan.
Yeah, he quit vegan too.
Vegan, not vegetarian.
But
Oh, that's interesting. I need to watch that video. I mean, I like Kevin Smith. I always
Yeah,
felt
just
it was a little
just go to
odd,
my
though,
feed.
like,
It was People Magazine posted it, actually.
the stoner part of him, I think I never really loved the stoner persona that he had.
Hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
I like his thoughts though about things, but it's just that other persona would take over.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what he was dealing with.
I loved his stand-up, not stand-up, but his speaking engagements that he did.
Yeah.
Those were great.
Yeah.
The stories.
Yeah. I seen him here in Delaware. When he was with the Giant Silent Bob.
Did
thing.
you really? Oh, okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, I don't use weed for that, but
No. I wasn't trying
I can see how people could. Just talking to other people with different types of trauma and PTSD that use it. And things like that. I don't really use the high THC stuff that much. I do
No.
for the muscle spasms, but mainly it's the CBD. And when I do use the THC stuff, I don't like to use high doses of it because I turn into a zombie, basically. I might as well be on the Percocet and all that, Well, not the Percocets, it worked pretty well, man, but the Oxycontin.
I wonder if, like, so I was waiting for my Uber today at the airport, and just across the street, or the little pickup street there that the taxis come, there was a girl that just arrived, I guess, and she was sitting on her suitcase and she sparked up a joint. I'm like, where did you get that? If you just came back, where did you get that? And I'm wondering, in Canada, is it okay to like bring it in your luggage? You know?
If you're a Canadian citizen.
Well, yeah, because all across Canada it's legal, right?
Yeah. I don't know. I know for us to go up there, it's a no-no. But
Yeah, I'm a little miffed. On the way, so I was catching my first flight on the way to Gamma here in Ottawa, and you know how sometimes they pull you out of line and they'll do like the drug swab of your stuff,
yeah.
and then then you get to cut the line. He did that. I had to take off my my case from my MacBook. He's like, you're gonna have to take that off. I'm like, really? I said, he goes, yeah. It broke.
Oh.
Because it's just little clips, right? I'm like,
Yeah.
fuck. I'm so pissed off because like that wasn't cheap. And anyways, that's my grievance.
I was
It
talking
wasn't cheap.
I was talking to my neighbor across the street who's a cop in Maryland, and weed is going to be legal there soon.
Yeah.
So they had to retire a bunch of dogs because they can't retrain the dogs to smell for something else. And they just tell me that they're working with these people in one of the Carolinas to bring up new dogs, but they're having problems with that because the trainers should be with the dogs from the time they're like basically a puppy, so there's that. But not only that, but they're sending bite dogs up, which these dogs aren't supposed to be. There's two kinds, bite and non-bite. The smelling dogs are non-bite. And they don't really like to mix them up too much. Yeah, so I was like, I never even thought about that. And then he started talking like, yeah, when you take on a dog, it's an 8-year commitment. You can't move up in the ranks and all this other stuff. I was like, wow, I did not know it was that involved with a canine. But yeah, I never thought of that side of the legal ramifications with legalizing weed. Like Delaware's legal now. Jen told me that, like, recreational. That's what Maryland's doing too. It's recreational. Same with PA. I think's going down next. Jersey already is. But you never think about the dogs that get laid off, and then I don't know what they're doing with all the people who got locked up for carrying before. Stuff like that.
Oh, yeah, but we started watching.
We started interesting watching... bot or something in the chat.
Is there? Bot?
Like spouting off stuff. A bunch of something about tuna and chicken now. I'm not sure what they're talking about. Do you know what that reference is? The Omni meat? Omni Mark meat? Is that a religion?
It just sounds like a moron.
I got a grievance.
Grievance, guys.
So I decided to have something done for my wife while she was gone, getting the car detailed. Did I tell you guys this? No. So the detailer comes over, does the thing. Go to start the car. We back it out, just to get it so he can do it in the driveway. Start the car. It's dead.
That's no good.
Which then turns into me having to call a tow truck because I'm by myself.
Yeah.
Get the car towed, which then turned into me having to go pick the car up with no car and drive it home. Yeah. So I basically, a nice gesture turned into a multi-day problem.
Yeah.
Which is super fucking annoying.
Can be. So did you get it done?
Yeah, I did.
Did she enjoy it?
But also, so I had the tow truck tow the car, right? But I'm not on the account.
Oh, Michelle.
So I get no phone call. And Michelle's international, and she basically didn't get any calls either. I mean, I told her to turn her phone on just for a minute to see if she had voicemail or anything from the dealership. We do everything through the dealership. And she didn't get any voicemail. I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'll call over there. So finally I get a hold of the guy and he's like, oh, I'm glad you called. We had no idea what this mystery cart was. I'm like, well, you know who's attached to. He goes, yeah, well, I called your wife, or I called Michelle, and he's like, I'm like, yeah, she's out of town. So yeah, it was a dead battery. Annoying. So multi-day problem, had to go get a ride over to the dealership and pick up the car and pay the enormous bill for changing a battery. You can't change.
How much did they charge you for that, Scott? I'm
It was
curious.
$600 to change.
To change a battery? Where the hell is your battery?
Well, replace the battery. It's in the trunk. I saw it. They showed me a video. They actually sent me a video of it. They sent me a video like, here's your 47-point inspection, and we like I'm going through like, okay, wow.
40 or $600. Wow.
But they did send a car to pick me up.
Oh, that's nice of them.
Yeah, it was cool.
For $600.
So when he called me, he's like, I know, for $600. Believe me, I paid for it. He goes, do you need a ride? I'm like, yeah, I kind of do. He goes, oh, okay. Well, we got this system, blah, blah. Okay. Send him it. He goes, okay. See you in I'm like, do you want to come now? I'm like, yeah, sure. Literally, I hung up the phone, went to the bathroom. The lady's at my front door.
Yeah.
Within less than 5 minutes. I'm like, what? How is this possible?
Did Michelle enjoy the detail?
She don't care. I mean, here's the thing. Also cleaned out all of her stuff out of the car. So we're like looking for her stuff. Like,
she's
like, where's
now.
my bloody blah? I'm like, I don't know. So there's this big bucket of shit that was in the car, you know, like they just cleaned it all out. Yeah, $600. It was like 300 for the battery and 300 for labor. I'm like, what?
300 for labor? Oh
Yeah,
yeah, it's on the
crazy.
trunk. You said, yeah. They had them weird ones. Some of them far ones have weird spots under their seats, and yeah. If this were like a Ford or something, you really got ripped off there.
I had a good week. Keith came into town. We did some pinballing. We ate some steak. We went to Tex-Mex. We had like some Tex-Mex food and steak. Good.
That's what Jen's looking forward to, with steak.
Yeah, we put down some food.
I don't know. We went to a steakhouse not that long ago, and I just couldn't eat the portion. It's just
we actually split a steak, and it was still way big. I think it was like over 6 ounces or something like that.
Yeah, I wouldn't even consider
That's
that.
huge.
Yeah.
Huge.
Although I think Jen could put it away. She's not a quitter. She likes her steak.
What kind of steak did you get?
What was it?
Porter, that's pretty big.
It was a special. It was like a
believe
dry aged. Maybe it was a ribeye. He says he didn't really like ribeyes, but I made him get it.
Son of a bitch.
He's kind of a picky eater.
Is he?
So the first night he comes in, and he was in the air for like an extra 2 hours because we had thunderstorms. Sucks. So when he landed, he comes to the house and he's like, we go out to go eat, and by the time we get to the restaurant, it's like 9 o'clock, and we go to this Tex-Mex place that I like, and it was closed for a private event. So we're like, shit. So I'm like, well, there's a Papa Do's nearby, which is like a Cajun restaurant, right? And I didn't really think to ask him what he wanted, but I'm like, you'll like it. And we go there, and he goes, I don't eat seafood. Like, oh, that's like 95% of the menu. We found some. You got chicken.
They always have chicken.
They always have chicken. Yeah, they had chicken. It took a while to cook it because they don't normally cook the chicken. It was roasted chicken.
They go out back and kill.
But it was great. The chicken was like the best chicken I tasted it. It was great. I'm easy though. I had the crab.
You got
That place is
crabs?
good too. The Cajun. A little too much salt, but it's good.
Yeah, I'm not a big seafood person either. I don't know. I mean, it's just like
Not at all, but like no shrimp, no clams, no.
I mean, I'll
oysters,
I'll
no-
eat it, you know. I mean, but
Cra-
it's like it's just one of those things where it's just not my thing. I mean, like when we go on our Canadian fishing trip, like we'd always have the one night of like the walleye fish fry, you know, and we'd eat that or whatever, and you know, it's one of those things where all right, cool, you know, but I mean, I wasn't like it wasn't that big of a deal to me. And then you get people that are just like, oh, this is so amazing, it's so perfect, and I'm always just kind of like, yeah, it's okay, you know. I haven't, I don't know. It's like my wife loves crab, she loves shrimp, stuff like that. And I'm just kind of like, it's okay.
I've grown to like seafood over the years. There's not much I don't like. I mean, I don't like real fishy fishes. I don't like
Yeah, I
salmon.
don't
I don't
either.
like
Yeah, I'm not.
swordfish, stuff like that. I like really mild fishes, and
I like cod.
I like crab, and
Where's your cod now?
yeah, cod is
You
good.
can't tell.
I'll take a cod.
I like shellfish. I'm not big on crab. They're just too much work. But
Oh,
I
I don't
like
ever. Yeah,
shellfish.
it's always going to be like a soft shell crab, mostly a soft shell crab, or just a crab meat, crab
Yeah.
cake. Not
Uh,
yeah, or a crab topping. You know, like
there's Evan.
crab meat on something.
Speaking of that, the blue crab should be coming up soon. Up the bay.
Hey, Evan,
Hey, how's it going?
how's it going? Have you played anything lately? We need
Yeah,
content.
yeah. What?
Let's
Quick.
go play the game.
Quick, what did we play?
Where's the initials?
I played Colt Express,
I enjoyed that one. Yeah.
which was a blast. It was ridiculous, and I
Yeah,
really
It was pretty
enjoyed it.
ridiculous. Yeah.
Yeah, I super enjoyed it.
It's super fun.
Yeah. And then I played Dune Imperium with the 2 expansions. And turns out I still really like that game too.
Which one?
Imperium.
Dune Imperium.
Oh, okay. The new expansion
With
or
with
expansions.
Ix and whatever the second one's called.
I played the
Yeah.
expansions.
That was also really fun.
You still
Cool.
like that? Huh?
It was a good game night.
Oh, have any of you guys ever eaten a Cane's chicken?
Oh, I hate it.
It's a fast food. They
It's the
just
most
opened-
bland.
Yeah, it's
I don't understand the drive-through line. We went to Popeyes when Lincoln and Nikki were in town, and we're in the drive-through. There's nobody in the drive-through at Popeyes.
Hmm.
The Cane drive-through around the corner.
yeah.
I'm like, what is going on? They were like side by side.
Mhm.
Like
Gotta get the caniac, baby.
it's the most bland
Oh,
chicken
that was
with no
horrible.
flavor and
Yeah.
no sauce. Like the sauce is very basic.
Yeah.
I don't understand. Is it lowest common denominator? I mean, no
I
offense if
guess.
anybody likes Canes, but I don't understand the appeal.
I'm the same way. They just opened one around here, and Jen's like, "Let's go." I was like, "All right." So it was opening week, so we were in a drive-through about 25 minutes, which normally with me is a no, you know. But whatever.
At Canes?
Yeah.
25
Again, it was opening week, so I didn't know what
Opening
it
week,
was. She was like, I said, "Well, what can I get?" She's like, "You could have anything you want as long as it's chicken strips."
yeah. Anything you want, as long as you want, it's chicken strips. And by the way, only one kind of sauce.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh,
One
Or
kind of
maybe
sauce.
I don't. Are there multiple sauces? I thought there was only one.
We only got one.
I
Yeah.
don't think there's any choices.
So I tried
It's
it.
really weird. I don't
And-
understand the appeal.
Yeah. And then the waffle, was it the waffle crinkle fries? The fries. Jen,
Cane CANE.
she was surprised because she thought they were bigger from the pictures, but they were like real thin. I think they were crinkle cut. I can't remember what kind of fries they were, but
Crinkle cut fries.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was like, well, what you think? Because she likes bland shit. She's like, no, I didn't really care for it too much. Yeah, I was like, okay, I thought it was me. But I was like, what is all the hype with this?
We've
And then I
tried
was-
it once, but that was not. I mean, I just don't need it. That's not.
Post Malone.
I was talking to my mail lady, and she was like the same thing. Our daughter drug her to her toys, and she's like, it was up both times. I was like,
Oh,
understand. I just don't
okay.
understand it.
But I get that. I was up in up the mountain.
Yeah, Raising King.
They opened up a Chick-fil-A up there, and them guys didn't understand it either. You know, so I guess it's what you're used to.
Is it biblical at all? No. It's CAIN for Cain, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's Raising Cain mean? Is that's like a term.
Yeah, it's
Is it
Cain
like
killed
Raising
Abel.
Hell?
And like and Cain rose up is
But it's
is
CANE.
yeah, CANE, but Cain rose up is references the original murder because he killed his brother. Cain killed.
So
Cain
the
killed
name,
Abel.
the restaurant is based on the original the first murder.
Yes.
Yes.
That's not correct. That
What's
can't
that got to do with chicken?
That's not.
I'm confused.
Raise hell. Behave in a rowdy or
He
disruptive
named the restaurant.
way.
Oh, around after his yellow lab raising Cain. It's from Louisiana,
Louisiana, wow.
Baton
I'm
Rouge.
surprised.
Like it's like zero flavor.
Yeah,
Like zero
no spice at all, even
I
in
know.
that sauce.
I know it's nothing.
Oh,
Or
Evan,
is
I
it called
found a new
comeback
business
sauce or
for
something like
you.
that?
Got a business for me?
Yeah, I
need
was
another
in the
one.
I was in the Minneapolis St. Paul airport today waiting to kick my flight, and I was walking to my gate, and there was this little kiosk hut type thing. It was a chiropractic kiosk.
I would
Someone
love
doing free
nothing more
adjustments?
than to
Or-
work in a kiosk in an airport.
Because
Nothing
they're
more.
all those people are in really good moods, right? So
Always.
That sounds like my dream.
can you imagine that? Like the punishment you'd take from fucking clients?
Right. Yeah, my flight got delayed.
Sons of bitches.
No, that sounds awful.
Yeah. I think your malpractice would go sky high. Here, let me help you with that.
I got a treatment and it didn't feel nice. Didn't like it. How come you haven't been home, man?
Me?
Yeah, like what the heck are you doing out and
It's
about?
too good for us.
I went to Florida after Gamma to meet Giselle.
Okay, all right.
And then I went to we had a retreat in because Magic Con was in Minneapolis and my project manager is in Argentina and he's a level 2 magic judge and they flew
Okay.
him to Minneapolis for Magic Con. So I didn't have to
Really?
pay for it. And
Wow.
Steppy and Jeff are already there. They're my board. So
Yeah.
we ended up just doing Monday, Tuesday, little kind of work retreat to little conference.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. It
That's
was
right.
really good though. We got a lot of shit
Gersh.
done.
Oh my gosh.
Ermagerd.
Oh my god.
Oh, I saw a show.
Oh yeah, what'd you see?
Jury Duty.
Oh,
So
I watched
it's a-
that.
It's a reality show. With
Okay.
Oh God.
It's so the premise. It's actually not bad.
Oh,
Because I really
God.
hate that shit. But like, it's like the average Joe. Remember we were talking about average Joe,
Yeah.
where there's only one person not in on it. Well, this is like average Joe for Jury Duty. There's one guy who's basically not in on it, and everyone else is an actor. The whole
Huh.
thing scripted,
Oh, that's hilarious.
and one straight guy. Yeah, James Marsden is also in it,
It's his idea.
playing himself.
Yeah, playing a character of himself, but yeah.
Character. Well,
Oh, that's
hopefully.
hilarious.
Yeah, hopefully a character of himself,
Right.
because he's kind of an a-hole.
And like and they basically like everybody has like it's a fake case. I mean the judge is fake, the lawyers are fake, the bailiffs are fake.
Right.
There's a whole intricate backstory too with the case that they actually plant evidence so that he can find out the truth, because the lawyer's not doing it. The lawyer is just awful for the
Right.
defendant.
Yeah.
He's
The-
really
the-
bad. He's
the,
really
uh,
bad.
the
He's bad.
video-
He's like the worst lawyer you would ever want.
We started watching in Florida, we started watching Yellow Jackets.
Oh, how's that?
Have you seen Ozark?
Yes.
It's kind of
not the last season though.
it's kind of very similar.
Oh, it's got a similar concept.
Like what the fuck kind of moment. And it's kind of like part Ozark and part Lord of the Flies.
Okay.
And then part some other show that flashes back 20 years ago and present day. It has two storylines. It's really good. It's quite good. We're really enjoying it.
Started
And the
watching.
bear. Go ahead, Evan. Sorry.
Oh, I started watching Succession. You guys seen that one?
Succession.
I want to start
I wanna
watching that.
watch
I
it.
haven't started.
Oh my gosh. I made the mistake of like sitting down one night like later than I should have and starting, and then I couldn't not like next.
You couldn't.
I couldn't
Uh,
not.
Uh,
And then
How
it's
far
like
on-
the
how far
sun's
in were you?
coming up. I must
Oh
go
god,
to
I hate
bed.
that.
the
That's the worst.
worst.
Yeah, I've been binging that. It's pretty good.
Cool.
Jen and I watched there was I'm trying Law and Order something, but they did a true
Law and Order
crime.
something.
True crime.
Law and
I
Order
think it was.
CSI
Oh, yeah.
Atlanta West.
But they did one about the Menendez brothers
Yeah.
a couple years ago, and they just did another one tying the Menendez brothers and not Menudo, the was the kid band down in Latin America that Ricky, what's his name, was part of.
Menudo.
Menudo,
Yeah, that was
him.
Menudo, yeah.
I was thinking of the TV station. Yeah, Menudo. There was a tie-in with them too, and how like the manager of Menudo was molesting kids, and then he was tied in with the father of the Menendez brothers. And dude, I didn't get to the last episode, but it was pretty messed up. It's only like 3 hours long. I watched 2 to 3.
Huh.
But yeah, it was weird. It was a pretty messed up story. But this is what it's like living with Jen. Crime and cooking. Cooking and crime. As long as it starts with C, I could watch it.
We've got both kinds of shows, cooking and crime.
We're either going to kill you
Anyone?
or bake you a cake.
Anyone? Blues Brothers? No, it's fine. It's fine.
It's been a while since I've seen that.
We like both kinds here.
Country and Western.
Exactly.
Hey Lance, did you watch the wrap-up show of the jury duty where
I
they
did.
that one was pretty good. Like when they explain everything, like
Yeah, and how
All
all
kinds
the
of-
cameras were and how they
Yeah.
did it. And
that
yeah.
was pretty.
So did you remember that there was a Joe Schmo 2?
Yeah, I think, but then they stopped filming it.
No, they did it. But what happened is halfway through, the woman they picked to be the Joe Schmo figured it out.
Oh, she
Like
figured it out.
she realized that she was like on a reality TV show, and so then they basically had
Or
to
fake reality t-shirt.
yeah, fake reality. So they had to fold her into part of the cast, and then they brought in another person who had no idea what was going on to like take over the role of the person that didn't know what was going on.
It's really odd. Like I felt a little weird when on the reveal, because the guy they got on the jury thing with duty was like super fucking nice. Like they put him through a lot, and they were sort of. I mean, it's almost weird. Like they were testing him. You know,
Mhm.
they like put some moral tests on him, which is also weird because what if they got the guy who's not quite as morally.
And then you show up on TV and you're
Good
you're,
TV.
You're the turd.
Yeah, like because it could have easily gone that way.
Right.
I think.
What-
There's a lot of things they put him on to have moral decisions.
Yeah. Was the
Like-
Truman Show the first one of those kind of things? That movie?
No, I think that was. I think the reality shows
Maybe.
were already out by then.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, there was always reality. Yeah, I think the reality
Well,
show.
yeah.
But Truman Show was like, yeah, it was this for his whole life, but
Yeah.
not just this one.
Yeah.
Although the thing with the jury duty is that from day one they sequestered them because James Marsden engineered some kind of paparazzi that kept showing up or something to get him out of it.
Sure.
He was trying to get out of it. Like
Sure.
that was his goal. So he basically calls his agent or whatever, like get the paparazzi over here to like hit the like keep bugging the jury so that he gets dismissed.
Right.
And of course it's all a setup, right? So they sequester the whole jury for weeks, apparently. It was like several weeks. Like, oh, and they only paid the guy like $100,000. I mean, only. Like how many weeks? Like they put him through a ton of bullshit
it's
I would go through a significant amount of bullshit for
for
$100,000.
$100,000.
That's what,
The-
2
the-
months?
The weird
For a
thing
few
is
weeks.
the weird thing is that
I mean-
one of the jurors, like most of everybody that was on there was like an actor, right?
They were all actors, yeah.
Yeah, but I recognized the one like weird scruffy guy that was one of the jurors. Like I was like, I've seen you in movies. Like he's a total
Oh yeah,
character
me
actor.
too. The guy who I don't want to say anything. I don't wanna
Yeah,
spoil
yeah,
it.
but I mean,
The tall guy.
Yeah. And I was just like, I totally know who that guy is, kind of thing.
I think I recognized him too from something.
Like, yeah, I mean, like I said, he was just one of those character actor people things that like you see, as far as that goes.
Anyway, it was pretty entertaining. It's only like
It's eight
8
episodes.
and a half
Yeah,
hour each.
you'll burn through it quick.
You burn through it pretty fast, and you can skip the recaps. I mean,
Yeah, the recaps are kind of
recaps don't add anything.
yeah, they don't matter. They don't matter at all.
Next, plus 15 seconds. Skip recap, plus 15 seconds.
Yeah. Well, they have a skip recap button, and then you can skip the credits to go to the next.
Yeah, so you get right to the thing.
Yeah, so you can narrow them down to 24 minutes or something. No, it went down pretty smooth, and I was quite entertained by it. Actually,
Yeah,
there was something that made me laugh so hard.
well, that's good.
Gosh
Doesn't
darn it,
happen
what
all
was
the
the
time.
funny part? Anyway, there was something funny. That
Well,
happened.
no, yeah. I mean, I think I
Never mind.
know what you're. Is it the how do I get out of jury duty moment?
I didn't think that was that funny.
I remember just the reaction of the guy goes, well, "Who told you to say that?" And then the guy's like looking around.
Yeah, he's like, his eyes wide. They were basically talking about how to get out of jury duty, and they suggested he use a tactic used from what show?
Family
was that?
Guy.
Family Guy. Which I'm not going to talk about it, but whatever. He does it, and of course it's
Yeah.
awful.
My daughter and I
And
were
I'm like,
watching it.
that was
and-
cringy. I was like, oh no, is this going to be that cringy like the whole time? But it was not. It sort of, that was like the worst thing.
Yeah.
And the only reason they actually went down that path, they had already decided not to go down that path because I don't like remember the
Yeah, I remember
the
that.
follow-up
'Cause-
show, they basically said, well, we took this plot off the table, except when I forget the guy's name. I call him Joe Schmo. Joe Schmo comes up with it. He said something, and they're all like, "What did you just say?" And they basically started to go through with it. Anyway, but I was like, I almost turned it off of that. But then there was some really funny shit, like really, really funny situations.
Into a pumpkin.
Anyway,
I'm doing good. Thanks for asking.
Good night, Matt.
Are
Did
out
you,
here?
Lance?
Good
Did
night,
you want to do
Matthew.
initials before I go, or
Yeah, we can do another one.
and then I gotta go too.
Yeah, and then
Okay.
let's do this. We'll do initials to finish her off.
Okay, sounds good.
Well, you're not allowed to play them.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, play.
I missed you guys. It's been a few weeks.
We haven't missed you.
Yeah, it's been pretty awesome without you.
I know.
Been
I bet.
quiet.
I bet.
and-
Yeah, it's been calm and quiet.
My answer has been nothing but happy and sunshine.
All right.
Puppies and
Sunshine,
sunshine.
lollipops, and rainbows.
Let's see how it is.
I tell you guys, I saw something on Willie Nelson. It was something about Willie Nelson flashed up on YouTube, but I didn't see all of it. I was like, oh shit, we lost Willie Nelson. He's like, nah, he's like 90 or 95 or however old he is. I
No,
was
he's
like,
still
oh,
going.
man. I was like, it's pretty fucked up now. I see somebody on the YouTube of each.
Yeah.
I think they're dead. You know?
It was Gordon Lightfoot.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
know he died last week or the week before.
Yeah.
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm.
It's a shame.
and Dolly Parton's putting out a rock album too.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
It's
She
mostly
said that-
duets.
She said
Wow.
that because of the Rock and Roll Hall induction thing. She wasn't going to do it.
Yeah.
Then she said, well, I'm inducted. I might as well do one.
It's awesome.
I think it'll be interesting to hear her.
Yeah,
take
she's
on
doing
rock.
like "Let It Be" with McCartney and
Wow.
a few other ones.
Covers. I thought it was
No,
Maybe
it's
some
mostly
original.
covers. There might be some originals. I don't know.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, she is 1,000, isn't she?
Nah, she's in her 90s, I'm sure, but I don't think she's 1,000.
Mm,
Just shy.
Just
yeah,
shy of
probably.
90.
Just shy of 1,000.
She has something buried in Dollywood there.
77.
So if she dies, it's a
She's
song.
77.
77?
Yeah.
Wow, I thought she
One
was
foot in the
older.
grave.
I'm confused. Like I said with the Willie Nelson thing, my grandmother used to call him dirty old man. And now that I do the math, she was older than he was. You know?
That's funny.
Did you
But,
show the
yeah.
card yet? Wasn't looking.
No, I'm trying to track something down here. Just
Okay.
give me like 3 seconds. Do 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 do. Bum. All right, here we go.
Riveting television.
Shut your mouth. Shut your festering gob.
It's not festering.
So
I brushed every
descriptive.
day.
T
TT
and T.
Dynamite.
Dynamite.
Here we go.
Wait, what is it?
Oi.
T.
What was it?
TT.
T.
Something's happened with the sound. I can't hear. Okay, TT. Fine.
TT.
T.
Debuted August 13th, 2008. Featured 4-leaf.
Feature 4 what?
Featured 4-leaf. Featured Booty Sweat. Featured method actor Kirk Lazarus. Featured the jungles of the Golden Triangle.
Oh, that.
What?
Nothing.
This comedy was directed by and starred Ben Stiller.
Evan.
Evan.
Tropic Thunder.
Yeah.
Oh,
Thunder. Scott, did you know that one? You just weren't ringing in or what?
I didn't know it.
Who's his face?
I've not seen that movie.
Oh, it's worth a watch.
Robert Downey Jr.
That's what everybody says.
Yeah. It was much better than I expected going in. For
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. And then the cameo of the producer,
Yes.
like Saul
Right.
Goldman,
Rex Grossman.
thank you. And he still wants to do a Rex Grossman movie.
does he really?
Yeah. You know, just I just remember that opening scene where it says, where the guy speaks up or whatever, and then like he's on the video call and he's like, "You," and then that huge guy stands up. He goes, "Yeah." Walk over to the director and punch him right in the face. He gets up and just walks over. Sorry, man. So good. Here we go. Connected to the original Wembley Stadium in London, England. Have appeared in professional wrestling rings. Frequently seen on NBC's Friends. Has connection to the Rockets and the Spurs. Formally opened April 4th, 1973. These were attacked and destroyed on September 11th, 2001.
Barry.
Evan.
Barry.
Twin Towers.
Yeah, there you go. So the thing is that like professional rings, like the Twin Towers were like were Macho Man and Hulk Hogan when they were a tag team and stuff like that. So, there you go. Originally from England. Its governing body, formed in 1926, is headquartered in Switzerland. Goes by multiple names. Commonly features 2 to 4 people. Consistently includes bouncing.
Barry,
Go ahead.
table tennis?
Table tennis is correct, Barry. Well done.
Jeez, man.
What's bouncing?
The ball.
The ping pong ball.
Oh, I thought there was like maybe a term or something like.
That makes no sense.
No, it doesn't.
What he said.
Connected to Pac-Man.
Pac-Man.
Mentioned in 2000's Castaway. Originally from Houston, Texas. Connected to red, blue, white, navy, and silver. Frequently seen in Nashville.
Evan.
Go ahead.
Tennessee Titans.
Tennessee Titans is correct. They
Much
were the
sports in this.
Yeah.
they were the Houston Oilers before they
Yeah.
were the Tennessee Titans. There you go.
Hmm.
Featured in 2019's Avengers Endgame. Featured in 2014's Interstellar. Featured in 2020's Tenet.
Matt,
Matt,
time travel.
time travel is correct.
Nice.
Yeah.
Connected to a car in 1985.
Yeah.
Connected to a phone booth in 1989.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
Connected to a hot tub in 2010.
Uh-huh.
So I saw a thing though too. They said if
Rufus.
Back to the Future was made today, Marty McFly would go back to 1993.
Yeah.
Just think about that. Ooh.
Here comes the reboot.
Mm. In a sense, pilots during flights. Often required to touch. Sometimes connected to projects.
Evan.
Go ahead.
Tag team.
Wow, well done, Evan.
Oh.
Tag team is correct. Connected to the Road Warriors. Connected to the 1993 hit Whoomp, There It Is.
There it is.
Clint Eastwood liked these in 1993's A Perfect World. Great movie if you've never seen that movie. That is
Yeah.
one of Kevin Costner's best movies that nobody knows about.
Was it even better than Fandango?
Better than Fandango.
I didn't see it.
Created in 1953. Originally created from scraps. Appeared in 2004's Napoleon Dynamite. Commonly stored frozen. Sometimes appear in school cafeterias and fast food restaurants.
Matt,
Matt,
tater tots.
tater tots. Oh man, tater tots are awesome.
All right.
Dang it.
It's not a big thing here in Canada.
Really?
Yeah, I'm sure.
I mean, there's a couple places that I go out to eat occasionally, like there's this place called Sickies that
Sickies?
It
Yeah,
doesn't sound good.
Nice name for a restaurant.
it's just and they have
Tomorrow you'll be sick.
their tater tots are legendary.
Huh.
They're so good.
You should try a restaurant around here. It's called Eat It and Puke. It's really good. It's really good.
Don't get sickies.
Well, it's called it's
Go get
called
the
Sicky-
shitsies.
it's called it's called Sicky's Garage. You Google it. Like they have all these. That's the place that has the twin cam hamburger, which is like it's a quarter-pound hamburger. It's like 2 burger patties, like 2 different kinds of cheese and bacon, and the bun is 2 grilled cheese sandwiches.
Okay.
And
Heart
it
It's like the
attack.
double down.
It is good, and I've had one, and it tasted
Yeah.
amazing. But
bet.
yeah, I did not
Sounds
eat for a
good.
few days.
Yeah.
Connected to Hank Ballard and the Midnighters.
If I knew that.
In a sense, connected to M. Night Shyamalan.
Not Shyamalan.
In a sense.
Appeared on Rolling Stone's 500 Greatest Songs of All Times. Connected to the rap group The Fat Boys in 1988. Evan.
Tina Turner.
Eh.
Good guess, though.
Created a dance craze.
Oh,
Final clue. Iconic 1960 song by Chubby
Matt.
Checker. Matt.
The twist.
The Twist.
Those are the worst. With the that is
Yeah,
Mhm.
really.
the garbage pack, man. The Twist.
Don't be
Don't be a hater, Scott.
don't be a hater.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree with that.
I don't hate it.
it is stupid though.
It was dumb.
Here
Can't
we
show me
go.
the is not a word.
It is most definitely a word.
What if one of the answers was the?
Oh, I remember the.
That's a real word. That's a real thing.
Is it though?
Here we go. Aldi after crushing
Goose
first
egg.
game is just a big giant bagel.
Yeah.
Appeared in
Delicious.
1952's Singing in the Rain. Is common on the animated series BoJack Horseman. Commonly connected to exercises or warming up.
Matt,
Go ahead.
toe touches.
Eh.
I almost did it.
Sometimes used by Dr. Seuss. Famously connected to seashells.
Aldi.
Aldi.
Tongue twister.
Tongue twister is correct.
Nice.
She sells seashells
Seashells.
by the seashore.
Aw. You don't know what the 3 seashells are for?
Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear. Fuzzy
I thought about
Wuzzy
that the
had
other
no
day.
hair. Fuzzy Wuzzy
Did you?
wasn't very fuzzy, was he?
Is that a tongue twister?
Yeah.
6
Or,
6 sheep stick.
Yeah. And what's the other? There's the whole, big ship, big ship, big ship. Say that if you say eventually you say big shit.
All I can think of is Warren Beatty in Bugsy, where he's trying to enunciate. He's like 10 dwarves took turns doing handstands on the carpet, and he kept repeating that over and over and over
Yeah.
again because he didn't want to sound like a thug.
Oh, I didn't know that was part of that movie.
Well, then there's the other thing, which is
Wasn't Madonna in that movie?
No, that was Dick Tracy.
Dick
that's
Tracy.
Dick Tracy.
Yeah.
It was
was
it
the-
was his wife. What's her name? Annette
Oh,
Bening at the time.
Annette Bening, yeah.
What's the anchor man when he's trying to? He's
Yeah.
like was denied a bank loan. Whatever. I forget what that was.
That's right.
Here we go. connected to a heist in 1995's Heat. Connected to a chase in 1989's Lethal Weapon 2. Briefly utilized by the T-1000 in 1991's.
Matt.
Go ahead, Aldi.
Tow truck.
Tow truck is correct.
Oh, see, I would have got it wrong. I was gonna say tractor trailer. Nice.
Ooh.
I'll count you wrong out already for this next one then. You know, so,
Okay.
you know, just to be fair.
Who, me?
I'm kidding.
No.
All right, here we
You're
go. It's
done.
anybody's game. We got 4 left. Born in the Philippines.
Born in the Philippines.
Known for a famous pose. Has been a professional broadcaster. Married a former Miss Universe. Connected to Jesus. Former Heisman Trophy winner and Florida quarterback.
Aldi.
Aldi.
Tim Tebow.
Tim
I didn't know he's born in the
Tebow.
Philippines.
All right.
I don't even know who he is.
Tim Tebow.
I remember the name. That's it.
Yeah.
I remember he was a quarterback.
Mhm.
And he was drafted by the Broncos and he played in the NFL for like 2-3 seasons.
And he almost took him to the playoffs.
and he
Won the first round, I believe.
won the first round.
And he never played again.
What
80 yard,
happened?
like 80 yard in overtime, 80-yard pass to he passed away recently. The wide receiver. I can't something Thomas, Demarius Thomas
Hmm.
passed away. And
Tim Tebow got the shaft, man.
and then he got let go, and then he tried to make it. He was
Baseball.
playing. Well, no, he tried to make it come back as a tight end, and like he was playing, and he played like in the preseason for like the Jets or something, and then they cut him, and then he was
Play the
then he-
Browns or something.
yeah, and then he went to go play baseball in the New York Mets, and he made it to AAA, but then he never could get into So, for all intents and purposes, sounds like he's just a really, really nice guy too.
Oh, that's good.
And he did underwear modeling, so there you go. As God intended.
It's God intended.
All right, in a sense, debuted on Box Top. Was a mayor in 1993's Last Action Hero. Connected to Kings of Rhythm. Known for the best.
Evan,
Evan.
Tina Turner.
There you go. There you go. I thought she was great in Beyond Thunderdome.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's a great movie. I don't know why that gets so
Oh,
much.
it's
It was
such a good
awesome.
movie, and
There's
I
so
love.
much good stuff in that movie.
I love. There's so many. When the guy that has that mask, that like the doll mask the entire time, when like his car
Oh,
gets crushed, and like
He got the doll
he
mask
re-
on his stick.
yeah,
on his
and he
foot.
reaches out and he strokes the doll mask, and then he raises his hand and he he flicks him off. His last thing to do as he dies.
Isn't there supposed to be
Yeah.
another Furiosa movie or something?
They're working on it. Yeah.
And then there was the thing at the end where she walks up to him and Mad Max and she just says, "Ain't we a pair?" is all she says.
Mhm.
You know, and just walks away. Like all the people are getting ready to kill him, and then she just walks away.
Why did people hate that movie?
I don't know.
Tina Turner?
It was
It was weird, but it was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was so post-apocalyptic.
It
I mean,
wasn't the first
I
one.
freaking loved it. I mean, maybe I'll have to watch it again. and see.
Who runs Bartertown? Who runs Bartertown?
Oh man.
You do. Then he turns the electricity back on. Yeah, Master Blaster, baby.
Master Blaster. Yeah.
Just that was a good movie. And I like how the helicopter pilot, the gyrocopter pilot, was the same actor that
The
played
same
the
guy.
but different character. Like
Oh, it is a different character.
yeah, they said he was a different character.
But wasn't he? He was friendly in that movie, but he was the guy in the first movie or the second movie that like tried to steal his car.
Yeah, I tried to steal his
Dog.
car.
He sicked
Oh,
the dog.
right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. From like the
He was like a
junkyard or
raider.
whatever.
Yeah.
And so here's a incredibly, do you know who that guy is? Like so he's I can't, give me a second, I gotta remember his Bruce Spence is the you know, and so no, so Bruce Spence, if you can picture him, he has been in, he's like totally, because he looks just really weird, like he's played all kinds of like weird roles just because he looks really weird, including he was the mouth of Sauron, like if you've seen
Oh,
the extended scene where like he comes out
He has
and
no face though.
yeah, like one of those things, you know, it's like, so yeah, but of course, you know, just because it's Bruce Spence, because he looks really weird.
Yeah.
And then and he played some weirdo role in Star Wars, because he was able to look weird.
He was like a Grand Inquisitor or something.
Yeah. So anyway,
Huh.
Bruce Spence, great actor, and like honestly, I mean, come on, he was great in the Mad Max movies. He was fantastic as the gyrocopter. So anyway, here we go. Two left. Debuted in 1843. Was played by a frog in a 1992 Michael Caine movie.
Matt,
Go ahead.
Tiny Tim.
Tiny Tim. Well done.
Wow.
Because that's the Muppets Christmas Carol, and which is, what's the frog's name?
Kermit.
Kermit V.
No, it isn't. It isn't Kermit. It's
Oh, it's Robin.
Robin, his cousin, or no, his nephew. His
Nephew.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And he has, if I God, did he? He sings they have him, if you find halfway down the stairs is the place where I sit. It's like it's this kid's song. It's like kind of sad, but it's really nice. But anyway, it's not at the bottom, it's not at the top, but halfway down the stairs is the place I stop. You know, just anyway. Last one. Released for Nintendo and Sega in 1992. Its lead wore sunglasses. Features an assassin. Spawned a series of sequels. James Cameron directed this action thriller. Evan.
The Transformers.
4. Last clue. I'll be back. Was famously said. I think it was Barry.
Terminator 2. Oh,
Oh,
the Terminator. Fucker.
The Terminator.
Third Terminator. This
Yeah.
fucking ball.
That would be TTT. The
Yeah.
Terminator.
Call it a tie. How about that?
Yeah, yeah. It's a great moment too. I
We'll give
want
that
to
one to
speak.
Barry.
I want to speak to Sarah Connor. No visitors, pal. I'll be back.
You'll be back.
He just drives the car
And
right
he
in.
did 7 more
Is that a
times.
tow truck as well?
Tow truck.
Is that a tow truck?
Yeah, it was actually.
Or was it a tractor trailer?
No, it was a cop car. If I
was a
remember
cop-
correctly. They drive straight in. It's been a while. I remember watching that movie many, many times. I love how
I had it on VHS.
yeah, so I think everybody
The original?
or somebody
I recorded it.
yeah,
Ooh,
off of HBO or something.
Yeah.
Are you guys ready for a bonus question?
pirating back in the day.
Bonus question.
Mhm.
This rock album was released in 1997. Often it describes a series of drinks.
Series of what?
Drinks.
Is it
No
TT?
idea.
All right, I didn't have 5 questions.
You
I
only
had the
2?
answer.
Mhm.
Is it
Tub thumper.
TT?
Tub thumper.
Tub
Tub thumping.
Isn't that one word?
The song is tub thumping, which is one word, and the album
Yeah.
is tub
What else
thumper.
would it be like beyond those two clues? Like what else? Um,
Involves a bin.
get knocked
That was
down.
one of the ones I wrote down. I was just waiting for it.
Yeah, I was thinking like Tommy Two Tone would have been one maybe.
Tiki torch.
Tiki Torch. That's a good
Oh,
one.
that's a good one.
Yeah.
Ted Turner. Oh, he might be too old.
Ted Turner would have been good too.
Was that a tie? I think there was a few of us that had 4, right?
I don't know. What's the time? The scorekeeper say?
I don't know.
Who
All right,
knows?
kids.
Yeah, 3-way tie. Barry's the big loser.
He drives a
Son of
regular
bitch.
like shitbox car through the door. Doesn't look like it's a police car.
Yeah, I don't.
It just like looks like an average.
It was the 80s. They all look like boxes.
It was a box car. And that guy
The,
gets
the
crushed.
mid 1980s was like a great era for like sci-fi movies, even
Yeah.
fantasy. I mean, like
RoboCop.
Terminator, Aliens, RoboCop, Dragon Slayer.
That's not a good movie though.
Dragon Slayer's not you. Whatever, you are wrong.
not.
We're
It's
wrong,
really not.
Wrong, wrong.
Go watch it again. It's really boring. I mean, it
Yeah,
is
I watched it
couple
like
good
2
parts.
weeks ago and I just loved it.
2
You're
weeks
talking to
ago.
Lance.
Come on. You know.
All right, good night, everybody.
Good night, Matthew.
Vermithrax pejorative. That's the name of the dragon.
Burnithrax?
That's a good one.
Vermithrax pejorative is the name of the dragon.
Pejorative?
Yeah, he's always
I
putting
mean,
you
it's
down.
an okay movie. It's fine. It's just it's not like stellar. There's
Think of the era that was made
there's
and
some
how
long,
realistic that
slow
dragon
parts of
looked.
that movie.
Like when?
No, I mean it's a good movie. I just don't feel like it's not like a killer movie. It's not like, oh, so great.
Well, me and Kabuki kid both think you're dumb.
I think you have good nostalgia for it.
You're dumb, Scott. You're dumb.
Just
I agree with you, Scott, but you're dumb. According to Kabuki, it's good. It lives.
I mean, I like it, but I just don't think it's great.
And I don't know if I ever actually saw that movie.
really?
Yeah, can you believe it?
What's wrong with you?
I don't know. I was only 2 when it came out.
I feel like it could be remade with a little more action and a little more interesting. Like,
I'm surprised it hasn't been, Scott, to be honest with you.
Here's I just googled top 1980s sci-fi movies. Here we go.
Lady Hawk.
1980.
Whole Lady Hawk's great.
80s.
I never saw
Here,
it.
don't think I have either.
Lady Hawk was a
Starman,
Classic. Oh, Starman, yeah.
2010, which
it
is
was good, but it was. I mean, it was fine.
I really like 2010. Great book too. Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
The Last Starfighter.
Yeah, love that one. Scott's like,
It's fine. I liked it. No,
Uh,
it's good, but I mean, it's not
Oh,
great.
man.
I wouldn't put it up there. I mean, it's
Tron.
got problems.
Tron.
Tron.
Not great.
Hmm?
Not good.
God.
at all.
People say I'm a grouch.
Tron is fine. It's boring.
Tis.
Enemy Mine.
Oh,
What?
yeah.
What was
Enemy Mind. Yeah.
Enemy
Enemy
Mine.
Mine.
I don't think I've
The
seen it.
first Dune. Outland. Outland is a
That's a good movie. That's a sleeper.
that's a Western in space.
That needs to be remade.
Well,
I think that would be good if it was remade.
You can't get Sean back. He's dead.
Well, a different person.
Yeah, you get different people.
Different
Blade
plot.
Runner.
Make it a little different.
Oh, yeah.
What'd you say?
Blade
Blade
Runner.
Runner.
Blade
Blade,
Runner.
oh yeah, Blade Runner, of course.
I mean,
Critters.
all of these memories will be lost.
What movie came out the same year as Blade, or the same week
Like,
as Blade Runner? Killed it.
Tears in the Rain.
Tears in the Rain.
No.
June 25th, 1982. What else came out that week?
I don't know.
How do you
Lay
know
it
that
on me.
date?
I'm looking at a Google.
Oh, I thought you pulled it out of your head.
Gremlins. No, I don't know.
There was some other movie that came out like that same week.
War
Yeah.
Games, 1980s. Remember War Games?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was the internet one, right?
Sort of.
Where they were playing a video game.
Yeah.
E.T. came out the same week as Blade Runner.
E.T.
Oh, really?
killed it. Yeah.
Well, and that's also what killed the Thing, because the Thing is probably the best horror movie ever made, and
Conan the Barbarian also came out.
great movie.
And
It's on Netflix right now.
Uh,
Watch it.
Yeah, it is.
Conan the
I
King.
was thinking about watching it the other day.
Poltergeist. I guess that year.
Yeah, here.
It's all in the same like area time.
Yeah.
Wow.
The final monologue from Rutger Hauer is replicant Roy Batty. I watched sea beams glitter in the dark near the Tannhauser Gate. All those moments will be lost in time, like tears in rain. Time to die. Yeah, just because his time ran out. I want more life, fucker.
Sure. I don't know if he had that part.
I mean, that's when he gets into the guy who created him, and he's just
Oh,
like,
yeah.
what can I, it's like, what do you want? And he just comes
Doesn't he
out
say
and just,
father?
no, he says fucker.
he says
I
fucker?
want more life, fucker.
Oh,
And he just says he can't, like basically, and then he grabs him and crushes his skull with his hands.
I don't know. It might be father. I'm watching the clip right now.
It's father. It's fucker.
It's because White Zombie or Rob and like in More Human Than a Human, that exact line is in, because that song More Human Than a Human is about replicants. That entire song is about that. And he goes, one of the line, I want more life, fucker, I ain't done. This is the line in the Rob Zombie song.
Yeah.
It's father.
It is not. It's
I
want
just
more
watched
life.
the clip.
You're wrong.
You're wrong, Evan.
They changed
They
it.
said you're wrong. You're wrong. I'm
Apparently,
sure
they changed it in the final cut.
Could be.
Yeah.
I'm sure we're due for another sci-fi resurgence. It comes and goes as soon as the superhero shit dies out. Rom-coms are coming back, so
Are they?
yeah, from what I hear.
Apparently, they weren't sure as they had it recorded both ways.
Hmm.
Oh, really?
But in the final cut, it says father, which that's why I always thought it was father.
Yeah, that's the way I remember.
Well, you got to remember. So here's the crazy thing about Blade Runner. I don't want to talk about it forever. Which version are you watching? Because there's
Yeah,
like
I like the one with the
there's-
voiceover.
there's like, and there's also, depending upon which one, there's also like the one with the voiceover. There's like a different versions of that as well. So
Yeah.
it's just like
The ending is different. Yeah.
So there's all kinds of things that are, out there as far as, I don't know. It is a fantastic movie though.
Mhm.
Fantastic.
I enjoyed it greatly. But
Did-
I had the
What do you
laser
do?
disc.
What was
you had
this
the
guy?
laser disc. That's pretty sweet.
I had like many of them. I had like the director's cut and then the regular theatrical cut, which had the voiceover. Director's cut had no voiceover,
Right.
and it's so boring. Put you right to sleep.
Yeah.
There's something about the voiceover that just brings that movie to life for me.
Me too.
Makes it good. The director's cut, I'm not a fan.
Yeah, I feel the same way. And then you couldn't find any version other than the director's cut for like
Yeah,
forever.
everybody wanted the director's cut because you gotta have the director's cut because that's the
Yeah.
best cut.
Yeah, and I was
don't
like-
think it is.
But I
Not
liked it
always.
the other way.
Yeah, me too.
I liked it the other way better.
So hey, I have something I wanted to say that like
I'll say this.
No. This is a grievance, but it's a really weird grievance, and it's kind of good that it's this late. We were talking about computer games earlier, or whatever, and so when like 10 years ago, one of the ways I would come home after work at US Bank. One of the ways I would blow off steam is I would sit down at my computer and I would play Team Fortress 2, like for an hour straight. Just sit there and play Team Fortress 2 and just play, whatever it was, teams of, there's a couple servers I was always on that I'd monkey around on. And I just go in there and you play different classes and do different things and what have you. And then I just fell out of it. I didn't play it, and it had been years since I played it. And I was just sitting here like thinking of games I can play. I was like, well, shit, I still own it. It's like I can download it and play it, and it probably still has all my old stats and everything because they're associated with my Steam account or whatever. So I did it. I loaded it up. I read that they're still going. It's different now because they actually if they have microtransactions to try to make money off of it and what have you. But the thing that I discovered was that it's kind of like playing like an Apex Legends or a Fortnite where you just queue yourself up and they just spit you into a server instead of like before you used to pull up a server list and you'd find the server and you'd find one that you wanted to play on, and you'd see, oh, there's 29 out of 30 players on this one, and you click on that one to play or whatever, and you'd go and you'd play on that server. So you just queue up. I was all jazzed. I was like, cool, what should I play I was really good playing the Pyro when I played. I was really good when I played Demo Man. There was all these different things I really liked playing, and there's all these different things. I had all this gear that I had gotten because you'd play and you'd unlock stuff. It was all still there. And so I'll play a Pyro. And I started playing, and all of a sudden I was like, this is so weird. First of all, there was 8 people per team. And I was like, usually I was like, I kind of remember there being more people to team. And then I realized that everybody is playing a sniper except for me. And literally it was one of those things where it's like, if I walked out anywhere, it was like, boom, dead. It was just and I realized that because basically they weren't doing anything to support it anymore. I had to think everybody just had aimbots because it was literally if you were even close to being able to be seen by anybody, it was you'd be coming around a corner, and before you even got around the corner, boom, dead, headshot, dead, headshot, dead. And then eventually I was like, oh wow, what's going on? And then the game ended, and then they threw me off the server because I wasn't playing whatever. And I'm like, and I was like, well, that was weird.
Your team, you lost because your team.
I was like, and I was sitting there, well, that's weird, well, I'll try it out again, and try a different thing or whatever. And I logged in and I tried to do a thing and I logged in. And yeah, I tried 2 or 3 different servers. Every single one was exactly the same. Everybody was playing snipers and everybody was just boom, 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 boom. You couldn't do anything. I was like, who is playing it like this? Quit, uninstall.
Yeah, that was like when my buddies and I went down to the local game shop for a Halo tournament and got paired against a group of 12-year-olds. They crushed our face.
Oh.
I
it
mean,
was not even, it wasn't a competition. We were like, what are they? Oh, we
it
thought
just
we were good.
it was just absolutely insane. I mean, no, I mean, like, no, I mean, this was like people would. I mean, they had to be using like you can see where the people are. Like
Yeah,
and as soon as you walk around a corner, boom, you're dead.
Didn't they have a cheat software though on TF2?
I'm sure they just don't care anymore, right? I mean, because if I was just like, I don't know. I was
My buddy Charlie about it when I see him. He's
I
coming
was
this
super
spring.
I was super excited to play. I was like, all
Worked
right,
on
let's
that game.
play. This sucks. Another piece of my childhood of things that I enjoyed gone forever. Can't get it back. But what do you do?
Yeah.
1 hour a day, man. It's not enough to compete with people that are playing 8 hours a day.
Yeah.
Man, I was pretty good back in the day when I'd sit there and I'd play, and I mean, maybe it's just because I played with people that were garbage or whatever, but I mean, man, I mean, because I wasn't big on like I gotta be the one to capture the flag or anything like that. I just really liked being defense and just like
Yeah.
being a pyro on defense and like checking for spies and doing all the thing. It was fun. It was really fun being a pyro. And and then it was just kind of like not anymore. You just everybody plays just better play a
What is
better
the
play a
anti-sniper
sniper.
though?
Other snipers?
No, I mean, I always thought there was something to counter almost everything.
Like some kind of
Would be a
tank
spy,
that could
right?
take the hits
Like
or
you should
whatever.
just be a spy, and you would.
Well, yeah, that was the big thing is that everybody would be a spy, and then they would just go up and just like
Kill you.
it was just I don't know, it was so dumb. I was like, I'm out, see you later, just like, but what do you do? Just find something else to play, I guess. Maybe I'll figure something out.
What's the point of playing it then? Like, are people grinding to get gear and stuff?
Grinding to get gear, I'm
And
guessing.
they would sell and put it on the marketplace to sell it.
I honestly, I don't know. Maybe, sure.
Like, what's the point of playing a game that no one's really playing?
You got me, because I sure didn't understand it. So,
Like,
but
if you go to the TF2 Steam page, does it actually say anything about how like the game is dead or anything like that?
I thought about looking into it, but I was just like, just why, it was just I have my memories and I can remember them. Nobody can take those away from me.
I mean, they have tournaments still.
That's just it. It's like, and that's, I mean,
It has anti-cheat.
I don't know, man.
I think you're just, and now you're gonna make me install it and see.
If you can figure out how to get on servers that aren't just a bunch of snipers running around being stupid, I'd love to know. Because I really, really, really enjoyed playing that game back in. Had a lot of fun doing rocket jumps.
Yeah, it
Going
was fun.
crazy.
Community
Having
hub.
a good time.
Let me see what it says. It's time to take this game off the store page. It's been dead since 2011.
Did.
I mean, it's an active forum. Like in the past hour, there's 20 posts.
Did.
Hmm.
Well,
TF2 just isn't fun anymore.
no more fun.
It isn't.
People outgrow it.
All right, it's super late. We should all go to bed and get some rest.
Yep.
Should.
Have a
Thank
good
you
night.
everybody for listening to us prattle on.
Mm.
And
Unless we're off air, I want to ask you about something.
okay, I'll go off air then.
Yeah.
All right, good night, everybody.